Alrighty, guys, welcome back once again. We are back live at the Leather Pocket here in Calgary, Alberta for Kate's Fight Fundraiser event. It is myself. My name is Grant. I'm sitting beside the one and only Mr. Chris Demers. What's going on, Chris?
Not much. Enjoying the tournament, enjoying the fun, and enjoying some really interesting pool.
Yes, well, interesting for sure, and some interesting team names to go along with it. So we have the Hand Panties against Fulton Express.
I'm sure that there was a lot of consultations on those names.
Well, Hand Panties is referring to the glove, which is Jeff Wanless, Lan Wanless, and Tony Sakamoto. And then Fulton Express is obviously Darcy Fulton. I can't remember who else is on that team.
Just trying to look here and if I can see. Hard to say though, but nothing but a lot of good teams here, and a lot of people are here to have a good time and help out a good cause.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have Tony Sakamoto at the table right now, playing for the Hand Panties.
Yeah, it looks like they're partway through her run right now, trying to figure out how to get that 11.
Yeah, 11 is trouble. It does bank to the right side pocket. It's more this shot, right? She's got the 13. Does she... Now, is that the 9 or the 1 underneath the 2? Well, 8's also trouble. Yeah, I think she cheated that as much as she possibly could. Otherwise, she was scratching into the side pocket.
Yeah, with those trap shots, I think it's wiser to try and just take it with low and try and spin it around a few rails. You're probably going to have an easier time of it to go around 3 rails to get to the 11 there than trying to go forward.
Well, had that drop, she's on the 11 fairly well. However, how do you get back to the 12 ball?
Well, and that's what I was looking at right there. If you were to take the 13 and come back to the 12 and then use the 12 as your transfer, yeah, you're looking at a sort of tight window, but it's probably using the 11 with the bank to push the 5 out. As long as that ball up at the top there isn't the 9 ball, then that's your pretty much your out ball.
Yeah. Well, I think we're about to find out.
No,
so it is the 1. And loads of issues here for low ball, 2 ball, 5 ball. Although the 7 will pass the 8.
The thing is with that, I kind of classify these racks as more offensive or defensive racks, and I think that one was more of a defensive. And at that point, you look for ways to develop balls, duck and cover. You don't look at trying to make a whole bunch of stuff.
I actually think she should chip off the 11 here. Right? Leave that ball there. Just chip the 11, get it off the rail, because he's got a ton of work on that side of the table.
Oh, absolutely. When you're evaluating a table, the way I look at it is I try and look at the number of problems you have for each side. And if you have less problems, and that's when you can tend to be a bit more aggressive. So with her, she could have, broken that out, leaving, the problems of the 2 up in the corner, and even the 3 down below there is
it's not easy.
It's not a full problem. It's kind of, I call it like half a problem, because you only can take it from one side. So.
Well, and even with ball in hand here, there's still work to do, right?
Yeah, but this is, again, when I talk about a defensive rack. So here you probably take, I don't take the 3 here. I take the 2, and I just try and tap it and hide behind the 6, but then develop the 2 into a position, right? And then,
well, I'm wondering if he's thinking he can use the 7, because I think the 7 will pass. Can you take the 7? Now, the issue I see here with this angle, if he takes that 7 ball, cue ball can go off the 6, push into the 2, and make the 8. You've got to be careful.
Well, and the problem is no matter where you put it there, there's 2 balls you have to develop. It's really hard to do that in a meaningful way. And that's why I say you take the 2 out where you can play safe and work to it the next ball, where you only have to get rid of 1 ball. Because then 7 going into the 6 is much, much easier.
Yeah. Well, he's just going to give these a love tap.
Yeah, he's not really developing it. He's moved it out, which is nice.
Yeah, he's moved one of them out.
What he's done there is he's developed one where he can potentially push it out. The problem is the 2-8 lines up.
Yeah.
That's not good for Tony on the stripes. But by the same token, what it means is he can't really do much with it.
Yeah.
Because if you try and push the 2 to push it out, you risk pushing
Do
the
you
8
get
ball in the
aggressive
corner.
and go for the breakout here on the 5?
With low left, probably.
Yeah. Just like that.
Yeah, but look out.
Ooh. Close. Now he's from downtown and off the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, David. Much appreciated. Our pin master back at work. Nicely done. Fulton Express looking to draw first blood.
And there it is.
Indeed. Race to 9.
Yeah. So
And I believe this is the B side, so if you end up losing, you're out of here.
And it is a slight version of a handicap match in the sense that this is running with Fargo rates, 1,800 being the cap.
Right. So is there a handicap applicable here?
If it's 50 points or more, there will be a handicap. I believe
Let's
it's
look.
50 to 150 is a game, 150 to 250 is 2 games, and then over 250 would be 3 games.
The hand panties, they are a combined of 1764.
Fulton Express number 20 there.
1770. No handicap.
So it's
Straight
a
up race.
Straight run to 9. Yeah, the first 2 matches that I played were we were both giving a game.
Snack.
And we are running only on 1 table for the matches today, so you'll be
I
seeing...
did hear this round or the next is going to go to 2.
Probably on the B side, because the A side doesn't play again until tomorrow.
Correct. So I think the round after this will be on 2 tables.
That'll be good, because it'll be pretty late.
Yeah. Ooh, double kick.
For Danny Gombach.
Yeah. Still some work to do. One is a little tricky. 5-15 tied up. 10 ball's not easy if you choose to go with high ball.
Yeah, just kind of looking at it here, I can see if you were to take the 1 as your opener to kind of pull that out, the 5 you can develop from the 6, and all the other balls kind of have a place to live. So there's
I
probably...
might actually take and do something with that 1 ball if at all possible.
Yeah, I'd take that first right now because you've got ball in hand.
Yeah, top right hand corner. I think it's definitely the 1 ball first.
Yeah, and I don't mind leaving the 2 just because the 3
Yeah, the 3
can
is
go
there.
to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I were to play it, maybe play the 1 to the top right and stun it down towards the center of the table, more towards the 6 side, and then use that to go forward and through it. There are a lot of ways that can go right. Okay, she's taking the top group of balls by taking the 3 and the 2, I think, next.
Which is still okay. I mean, if she leaves the 7, that's ideal. It goes to the top left. You can just roll up and you'll have the 8 ball.
The one thing I like about this is that by doing that, if you go and then trying to go to the 6 and then the 5 with the breakout, now the 7 goes cleanly, whereas before you have the 3 ball that could have been a little bit in the way.
Yeah. Well, and Lan is definitely no stranger to running tables.
Yeah, she's been a veteran of the Calgary pool scene for some time now, and she's definitely got the game.
Ryan and I were saying earlier how packed this room is, and so many players that seemingly came out of the woodwork to come down, support, show Kate and Danny some love as Kate's in the Big C fight. So a lot of old school players. Smitty is here, Jeremy Smith, Pete Sky.
Yeah, there's
Gary Kirkland. I see RT just walked into the room, or he was here has been for a little bit. But so many, Jim Dyke, Yeah, just so many players.
Yeah, there's been a lot of people who've come out to help support this, and Calgary really does get behind the people in their pool communities. So it's a great thing to see because
Oh, it's fantastic.
no one should have to go through what Kate's going through, and it's good to see everyone showing up, not just for the tournament and the financial help that it'll provide, but the moral support as well.
Yeah,
I know she's gotten a lot of good feelings out of this.
Well, and a big shout out to Jimmy Jutsi, part or co-owner of the Leather Pocket, making this weekend not only special for Kate, but really for all the players. We've got Alex Pegulayan, Francisco Bustamante in the house. I have heard of a rumor of a trick shot show, but as of yet, they're not in the room. They're off to dinner.
Yeah, they've been here a couple days already. They did one day of exhibition matches and then one day of challenge matches, and I think they're here for today and tomorrow again. And it's fabulous you were able to bring that sort of world-class talent here to come and show off their skills, have some fun with people, and definitely give some good experience to some of our professional style players who want to have a chance to play with someone from the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
I know Ben
and there's
Joe.
talks of bringing in the likes of Efren Reyes, Fedor Gorst. I was talking with Jim about that yesterday, so I'll reach out to both, see if we can get him in.
On a personal note, if Efren Reyes were to come here, I would lose my crap personally. The first big tournament that I went to, the first time I went to Las Vegas in BCA, they used to have sort of the stadium-style world championship thing, and they had a couple of practice tables outside, and one of my playing partners and I were walking around there, and we just walked by there, and Efren Reyes comes out, and of course, when he does, a crowd always forms.
Oh, of course.
So he looks around, and he's looking at everything. He's got the two open tables, the 10-foots, and he goes, let's do something. So he pulls out all 15 balls, throws them on the table randomly. Then he goes to the other table, grabs the 15 balls, brings them back to the first table, throws them all out. So there's 30 balls on the table. He grabs the cue ball, plays ball in hand, and runs the rack rotation style. 1, 1, 2, 2, and runs the entire rack.
Of course.
And then he does it again.
Wow.
It was just sitting there, and we're all just transfixed, right? Like,
of course.
That level of talent, that level of cue ball control, really, you have to experience it in order to be able to truly appreciate it.
For sure. Well, just so everybody knows, if you're new tuning in here, the gentleman shooting right now is Danny Gombach. That is Kate's husband. And so it is Danny and Kate in which we are doing the fundraiser for. So she's fighting the big C. And again, I got to give a huge shout out to Jim donating $100,000.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, and it's tremendous that he's both able and willing to do it. A real
1,000%.
A prince of a man.
Yeah. Well, and as Danny said, Danny, when Jim did that, obviously Danny got a little tear in his eye, stopped the room, and let everybody know as to what Jim had done. And I'm paraphrasing, but to Danny's words, I'm getting goosebumps. To Danny's words, he pretty much just saved Kate's life.
I don't even think you're paraphrasing. I think you used those exact words.
Yeah.
So Danny's in a bit of a tricky biscuit here. I think he's trying to think about maybe swerving to pot this ball. I don't think it goes clean.
Well, he may have to accept the bank here. Long bank.
I think you can probably swerve it a little bit. You just put a bit of right on it and just kind of sort of jut it around.
I think he's in a little too deep, because not only do you have to spin it just to hit it, the amount of spin required to throw it the rest of the cut angle, right? The angles here are awfully deceiving.
I'm looking at it just from the table side as well. I don't know. I've been able to do that, and he's, certainly enough of a caliber player that I think he's got this in his bag.
In the arsenal, we shall see. Yeah.
He hit it just a little bit too firm. I think he needs to do it a little bit softer.
I think he might have been better served just to take the bank, right?
Yeah.
Doing that shot is just as hard as the cross bank, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah.
Or the long table bank, not the cross bank.
At that point, I think it's probably a matter of preference. He felt he could.
Yeah, I agree.
He had it as the better one.
Yeah, personal preference.
Still,
And you know, the seats that we have are the best seats in the house. I get to watch and commentate this match, but also get to watch my son on the other table.
Oh yeah, there he is.
He got a spot. He had to fill in.
And that's fantastic for him. The amount of experience he'll get playing in something like this.
He is in pure heaven right now.
All right, Land's got a long one here to take.
Yeah, pot the 5. Or is she just playing straight up
She's
safe?
just playing straight safe.
Smart shot.
But is there a window? It's pretty close.
It will be close.
It's either close or maybe he can take it from the rail and kind of spin into it and possibly throw it into that top left corner.
Oh, he's getting down and giving it the one-eyed wink.
The way he's playing it, it looks like it goes.
It looks very close for sure. To the heart. To the heart, no problem, says Danny.
And leaves the 8 with a nice little easy sort of cut into the side.
Mm-hmm. Fulton Express looking to pad the lead a little bit. Going up 2-0. Tough safety from distance there for Land.
Yeah, I really question going towards the 6 that way. With the 7 ball where it was in the 10, if you're going to do that, you might as well just try and stun the 5, but stun it towards the middle diamond. Because the 7 ball is a much bigger ball at that point.
Yeah.
You know, when you're looking at distance, you got to remember that intervening balls tend to get larger the longer the distance. So.
Yeah.
All right, so now it is. I don't know who this is. I know it's Jeff Wanless on the hand patty side.
Yes. And I'm not familiar with this young man's name either. But I'll tell you, is this room ever packed? Has been all day.
Oh yeah, there's 32 teams been in here all on the 7-foot side.
Yep.
And then over on the 9-foot side, there's a lot of people that are, taking the time in between to practice. But then there's a lot of other challenge matches going on right now.
I think they had the 10-ball tournament over there today too.
They might have, but I think there's 2 or 3 actual matches going on between individuals too. So, and
Some
of course, Alex
matches.
was on here for a little bit.
Yep.
Nice solid break. Most people seem to be working the second ball break today.
Yes. They
No
seem to
friends,
kind
though.
of spread apart, no friends, and somewhat kind of clumped back together a little bit. He's only got 3 balls above center.
Well, he kind of played it with the stun, but he played it looked like a little bit above center because it hit the rail and then went forward. One of the things I try and do is I try and play just a bit of outside when I play it with low so that it goes to the rail and then goes right back to the center of the
checks back
pack,
to
right?
the pack, yeah.
And I find that you get those wing balls a lot easier too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, Mr. Wanless coming up short.
Well, I think he thought that had a lot more room than it did.
Mm-hmm. And true to Jeff's style, just gets down and shoots.
That's worked for him for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. How he achieves the level of play he does with the quickness that he shoots at, pretty remarkable.
Just natural talent, I think. And
Yep, I would agree. Well, and he's played that way for so long. Doing anything different.
It is definitely hard to go and change your stroke. I know I've tried it a few times, and it's not something that you can just sort of take a week and then all of a sudden you're doing it.
These guys are taking practices and putting themselves in jail and missing. So I believe Jeff is now high ball, and that is a challenge. 10, 15, 13, 12. Needs to be rearranged. Rearrange the furniture a little bit.
And I think that's where he's doing it. Just so you know, the other player is Joel Niven.
And So I got Joel, Darcy, and Danny, right?
And we've got a few people on the streams right now, looking between the two.
Yeah, I've kind of been about this range all day.
Yeah.
It is a Saturday.
Well, I'd ask if there was a lot of local people, and I don't think so, because I think they're all here. But
yeah, that is also very, very true.
Are there, just checking out into the world here, how many people are from different places around?
Well, so far, I know that South Africa has been on, Germany's been on, obviously the U.S. and Canada.
Mm-hmm.
But as to where everybody's tuning in from right now, we shall find out.
Well, that's pretty good. South Africa and Germany, that's
Well, that's pretty
good coverage.
Pretty typical that we get a few viewers from all over the world. St. Lucia, haven't seen Scott Callentine in a long time.
Well, and
Toronto in the house. Welcome to it, Steve.
Oh, there we go.
To the heart of the pocket. Nice bank shot there from Jeff.
The one thing I like about the streams here, I've played on them a few times. I've helped you with talking about them. Is that there's always a good worldwide community, and I think that reflects the fact that pool is starting to make, I think, a bit of a renaissance these days. You know, it was going, I think, a bit tough for a while there, but now it really seems to have taken off again.
Yeah, I would agree. Well, and you get, companies like Predator that are out doing their thing on a global scale. You bring in companies like Joy, then you bring in Ultimate Pool, right? And I think it's nothing but positive here for pool for quite a few years.
For sure, a lot more excitement here.
Right? Can't forget Matchroom too.
I think your son has just won another game.
Oh, he
oh no, he just
put him in jail.
Oh, he just put a huge safety on him.
His opponent's standing there shaking his head, wondering what is going on.
Well, and while that's happening, it looks like Jeff has just been quietly working his way to a run out here.
Yeah, he's in a little bit tough here on the 13. The cut's tough. Cue ball naturally going to travel to the 6-7 direction. And if he gets caught up in that could spell disaster. And even if he makes it through that, then he's got to get through the 1-5.
Well, he could go to the rail and play it with a fair bit of left. Try and hit between the 6 and the 7 and then have the left check it up and have it come straight down towards the 8. But that's a really challenging shot.
You're asking a lot.
Yeah, but you don't
I
really
think if you put a lot of left on there, you might skin into that 7.
You might.
Oh, look at this. How good do you hit it? How good do you hit it? Just up, fires it in like it's nothing. It's just crazy.
Did you need me to repeat what?
Hey, the head panties are on the board. Courtesy of Mr. Wanless. And thanks, Mitchell. Much appreciated.
All right.
Got a little bit of a jelly rub there when the cue ball connected with the 8 and still gets shape.
And since it's a 3-man tournament, you're going to see each player play once every 3 games here. So you'll be seeing people fairly quickly in between, as opposed to your normal 5-man tournament.
Yeah, 5-man rotation, and then each 5 rotate.
It does make it fast. You're not waiting too long between games, which is something that I kind of like.
Yeah, you're in shooting fairly quickly, which can work for or against you, right? If you're kind of in the slump and you have to jump right back into it again, sometimes that can work against you.
More chances for greatness, I always say.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'll tell you, these stools, after sitting on them all day, they are not comfortable.
Well, it's my first time on this one. It seems fine, but I'm pre-padded, so.
Well, I've been at this since 10 a.m.
Oh, you've been a rock star for that.
Well, there's not often will I commit to this level of commentating, but today it is a worthy cause. I'll deal with the pains.
And we definitely appreciate your time on that. It's being able to bring this to everyone is, I think, something good for people and pool, and show off a little bit of what Calgary has to offer in the scene.
Mm-hmm. Well, we definitely talked about that earlier, and for those that don't get to travel outside of Calgary and where kind of landlocked here and don't go out very often, I've had the privilege of traveling all over Canada, all over the United States, and different pool rooms and so on and so forth. And I don't know if we fully appreciate how truly lucky we are in Calgary to have the pool scene that we do.
Oh, I think it's kind of a double-edged sword, right? Like from my own experience, it's such a blessing to be able to have such a depth of talent here, and it makes it challenging as well. You've got to really up your game. Because,
yeah.
I'm not going to, well, I'm not going to throw down the gauntlet per se, but I'm going to say something for that. If you take the depth of talent, the top, say, 20 players in the city, I would put that up against the top 20 players in most places in North America, to be honest.
I would totally agree with you.
And
but we've seen that. We've seen that in Vegas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where, Calgary sent down pretty dominating teams for the last, 3 decades? Right, it was the green machine, then it went to just the machine. I know that, what was Mike Burton's team name?
Team Spainola.
Yes, Team Spainola. They were always in the mix.
Yeah.
And then obviously Barry's team.
And then, it's been, and not only, you see that at the top levels with the Masters divisions, but you also at the intermediate and the Open divisions, you see a lot of guys that are seriously performing there, and the depth of talent.
Do you know who's coming on strong right now? Is Colorado.
Okay.
Right? I know that, when I had my time and I was going and competing in Vegas and so on and so forth, if your opponent found out you were from Calgary, they didn't want to play. Right? They knew, right, that Calgary's got a very strong field. But Colorado, as of late, they are coming on strong.
You know what? It takes a whole state in order to be able to keep up with Calgary. That's fine.
Yes.
So back to the game here just for a second, as I know a bunch of you saw, and probably a bunch of you knew, but for those that don't, you saw Lan break, and then when she did, she went and pulled a ball and put it up. So she broke and the 8 ball went down. So when that happens, you have the option of spotting it on the spot and continuing, or you can re-rack and re-break, and she elected to keep on going.
Yeah. Spot the 8 and keep on shooting.
And if you get the 8 and foul on the break, then what happens is, your opponent gets that choice.
She plays a safety.
She
played a safety.
I don't know if
that's
that
what we're going to call it.
All right, we'll call it a safety.
That's what we're calling it.
Tremendous safety.
Yes. She was not trying to bank. It was safety all day.
Everyone's been having a lot of fun here, and definitely the matches are reflecting that. There's a lot of witty, but good banter between everyone, which is fantastic.
The whole room has been really, really great today.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's the tournament here, but there's not just the tournament here. There's also, for those of you who aren't aware, there's also a silent auction that's still going on, I believe, and that is for some really interesting items. Some Flames tickets, experiences out at I think Banff or Canmore. A few wonderful paintings, a whole bunch of items there. Definitely, I'd encourage you to get onto the site, and from the link there, it links to the auction one, and definitely look and see if you want to place a bid there.
Absolutely. What's going on, Patrick? Appreciate you tuning in, as with everybody else. And if you are just tuning in, help us out. Give that share button a little bit of love. Let's get some more viewers in. We're breaching in Saturday evening or into the night. Would be great to have a few more of you on.
More the merrier here.
Indeed.
We love talking with you guys, so definitely if you want to be conversational, we'll answer anything while we're commenting on the match. Well, almost anything.
Almost, yeah.
This isn't Q Sports After Dark yet.
No. God, that was fun back in those days. Q Sports Live After Dark.
All right, so definitely a challenge here.
Yeah, from downtown, and then shape. And I think she's fairly straight on here. Yeah, smart shot.
Yeah, I don't think she could see it cleanly, so just trying to make a containing shot.
Yeah, and a good spot for that 10 ball, hanging out over a pocket.
Well, especially on the other side of the table, so you can't catch her, on one side where all the balls are kind of stuck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she didn't leave really a whole lot of anything offensive here. He could take the 5 off the rail off 12. It's an option.
Again,
is it a good one?
No, not really.
Who knows? What else is there?
I'm thinking, at the risk of opening up the 9, maybe take the 6 and sort of cut it a bit, where you're cutting it in towards the 12 and try and tie it up. Because right now, all of the stripes are looking good and the solids are really not. So you need to try and do something here.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
off the rail.
Again, great shot, but what do you leave?
Well, I think he's accomplished part of that in he's tied up one of the high balls, which is good. I think he's got the option on the 3 to the side. I'm not sure if the 4 goes past the 8 or not into the left side pocket as well, but he's got options.
Sure, but
he's got options, and he's tied up one of the high balls.
If you look at the rack in general here from a sort of offensive defensive, you can still chip out the 12, push the 6 around, and the 6 really is still a major problem, but the 9 goes. So, it's I like the idea.
Yes, heavy on the other stuff, Patrick. Clayton Clark says, what state? I'm assuming when I was referencing that the state of Colorado was coming on strong. I think that's what you were asking, Clayton. If not, just clarify and I'll see if I can find an answer for you.
Yes, I think that was a bit of a try at the bank, but I think he was just trying to open up some space for his balls too, right?
Yeah.
The 7 is the real challenge here, right? Like, you need something over around that right side to be able to get to the 6. The 2 won't really do it. I
think if I'm Len, I'm just going to chip off the 9 ball, try to push the 9 more over that top left corner. And if I can get shape on that ball, it gives me a good breakout ball to get to the 12. Because there's really not a lot of anything else I don't think I'd want to do or think I'd want to do.
Yeah, this is a really tactical battle here where both sides are trying to put balls in position. And
I don't think I want to move the 10, right? The 10's in a good spot. I don't want to leave the 10 kind of on the top rail or anywhere like that. I like it where I can make it.
If she could push it towards the top right so you could use it for the 12, that would be fine.
Oh, she makes it.
Oh, I'm not liking that.
She's going to go offensive. She's just going to bank the 9 ball. Bank the 9 ball, break out the 12, I believe is the hope.
Yeah, a lot of times in those tactical games, usually it's the person that loses their patience or composure that ends up breaking everything out, and unless they're spot perfect, ends up losing the rack.
Although there are things to be said for trying to kick the door down and take the win. Sometimes you almost need to get aggressive.
Sure.
Is this one of those times? We shall see.
2-1, probably not, but she feels comfortable with it. That's why she's taking it.
What a shot.
And like I said.
What a shot.
But.
Let's see it again.
Here's the bad news.
Yeah. Well,
she's now broken out all the solids.
She's broken out all the solids, but she's got a shot and a bank at that. Same shot, same corner.
No, I don't like that one, though, because the window for the 8 is not great.
I think you kill it off the 2 ball. You have the 8 in the side.
Maybe. Throw a bit of right on there.
There's no sense trying to play safe.
Not now, no. Once all the balls are open, you kind of have to go for it.
That's what she's looking at. The 1 bank. Oh, is she looking at going the other way?
She's looking at kicking it.
Oh, I don't know if I like this.
She might go the 1 or the 2 rail kick.
Maybe she's thinking that it'll play safe, play the 12 into the 2. Like that.
Sure, it was a good try.
It was, but I mean, where does it lead you?
If the 12
You know what I mean?
goes in, you've got the 8.
Yeah, but
So
it was
you're
the
not
12 was
burning.
never going to go by the 2.
Not at that pace, no.
Not ever. Not at any pace.
Well,
the 2 was too close to the rail.
you could hit it into the rail, into the 2 and in, but that's a very complicated shot. I wouldn't try it.
Right? It just doesn't lead you anywhere, right? There's
I guess she felt at the bank she wasn't going to be able to hold it.
yeah, probably could be.
And what she's left isn't the worst in the world. Right? Like there's
Yeah, but I mean it's not that difficult of a playback safety here.
sure, but you're going to leave either a better bank
Or nothing.
well, she can see it.
See it to where? Doesn't bank past the 8, doesn't bank past the 7.
Thanks to the side, but that's about it. Or you try and do
Or
the kick again.
Yeah.
The thing
The
is,
kick is probably now the best.
I like these kicks because I typically play it not for a direct kick. I play it for the 2-rail kick.
Mm-hmm.
I find that those tend to be a little bit more predictable and a little easier on the
A
ball.
little easier to eyeball or measure out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're hitting it right, you're never in danger of missing and fouling. So that's kind of really the only thing you want to make sure here.
She is giving it the one-eyed stare down, banking it bottom right-hand corner past the 7. I think that would have to be inch perfect.
Yeah, she'd have to be stripping
In
paint
fact,
on
that
the
would
way.
have to be millimeter perfect.
She'd be stripping paint off that 7 ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I
she's
do
got-
like the one rail kick here. I mean, the 2 there does make it a fairly big pocket.
And you are coming up towards the right side there, which makes the 8 go. So.
Yeah, it makes it potable.
Yep.
That's for sure. Mr. Murray gets the win.
Attaboy. I take back 30% of the things I said about you.
We actually were talking about you earlier in the broadcast.
Oh.
We were like, where does Chris get them shirts from? He's always got something. And I said, if I was a betting man, he probably shops online for those. Look at this.
Look at
what
that.
a shot. And somebody's banging our table. Tony is.
Well, a little bit of trouble left. Just a little bit of a cut, but certainly
Well, the safety
after you make
is-
the last one.
Yeah, the safety on this one is the 2 ball is stuffed there. So you don't really have to worry about a scratch.
Nope.
Make the 8. That is the name of this shot.
Well, and after making that last one.
Oh, she's got to be playing with a little bit of confidence, that's for sure.
Here we go to tie it up.
Heart of the pocket. You can see there Tony's reaction.
Little pocket weight shot.
You can see Tony's reaction. He's loving it.
So to your earlier question, while we are waiting in between, yes, I do find them a lot online.
I figured.
Some are. I do have a few that are my own designs and ideas that I haven't put onto shirts yet, but I'm sure you will see a few of them this year. I'm planning on bringing a few out.
Nice. I kind of figured, you either get some printed from somewhere, be it Rush Order Tees or whatever, or you've got a source online.
Yeah, I need to know someone who can do shirts.
Well, you might know somebody.
I got a guy.
I have a guy.
I hear.
I have a guy who has a guy who might be able to hook you up. And more to come.
Oh, yeah.
A lot more.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I know you really don't do a whole lot of promotion, but
I try not to on the stream. There's the odd time that I'll mention Jam Up and, we'll run, discount code or something like that. But I didn't feel it was applicable given the tournament type that we're having.
sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I know you won't. That's why I will. Jam up. I love them. I use them for all of my pool shirts, and we've added another team into our little family here, and they've got theirs as well, and they absolutely swear by it. So.
I did point that out because we had Peter on the stream, and it had I hadn't seen them other than the mock-up.
Oh, the Shark Storm?
Yeah. I hadn't seen them in real life. I saw the mock-ups, but they turned out great.
Oh, absolutely. And having them, Peter's an up-and-comer, and he's certainly getting a lot better, him and his team. They'll be joining my team, Sharknado, down in Vianney, and it's going to be their first time playing in the big tournaments, so it'll be
eye-opening.
Oh, it'll be really nice to see someone get the wide-eyed look when they see 300 tables in a conference hall. And
is Alex playing an exhibition? He is. They are at dinner right now. They did a few things yesterday, some challenge matches and scotch doubles and so on and so forth. Have done a few challenge matches here today. They are here tomorrow as well. So if there's something worthy of us stepping away from this tournament to bring you some action over there, we certainly will.
Mm-hmm. And it's fantastic having them out. I know they've had a really good time here, and everyone's had a really good time getting to play against them and talk with them. And if you do get a chance the next time it happens, for those people that couldn't get there this time, nothing but value, nothing but fun.
Yep. And again, right, big on the thanks to Mr. Jim Jutzy for making that happen, bringing in Alex Pegulian and Francisco Bustamante. There has been talks of bringing in Efren Reyes, Fedor Gorst.
Oh,
he's kind of putting himself out of the frying pan and into the fire. Broke out a couple that broke out and then back in again.
Yeah, he pushed the one towards that 8, and unfortunately now the other one at the bottom there doesn't really have a good approach.
Yeah. Might be able to go rail first and take the 11, but he might be leaving that 11 kind of as an insurance ball.
I'm kind of looking at taking the 14.
Straight back?
On the left there, and just coming straight back down and just trying to jostle that 12-8 combination and do something.
Yeah, I agree.
Because right now he's in real trouble. Because I think you can probably take the 4 either off the 8 or use the 4 to go into the 8 and push that out.
Mm-hmm. Ideally, split the difference between the 8 and the 12 here would be ideal.
I don't mind catching it on the one side where you get, there you go. Got it out and
has shape.
One problem left, although it's not an easy one.
I'm kind of wondering if he can pot the 12 down to or up to the top right. Draw with some right-hand spin. Check the side rail. Back and into the 2.
I'm kind of leaning the other way. I kind of like taking the 12 and just rolling it all the way down to the top, taking the 11 and leaving yourself an angle for the 10 ball in the side, and then using that to either go underneath it or to the other side. Because if you use that as your key ball to the 8, while it's difficult to get to, it's pretty automatic once you're there.
I'm going to change my analysis. Take the 12 ball, roll up, but into the 8. I want the 8 off the rail.
I don't mind leaving it there because you can take it to the top right.
You can, but you got to play shape on it. If I push that off the rail, it goes into the side no matter what. Way easier to shape.
Sure.
I still have option on 10. I still have option on 11 to get to the 9 ball.
But once you're moving that 8, your cue ball's not moving very far. Okay, he's looking at
making the 9 off the 2.
Oh.
Second place prize, which is why he didn't move the 11, because the insurance ball.
Agreed.
It's blocking the pocket for the 1 ball.
Mm-hmm.
Right, 2 and 7 still go top right hand.
Well, this is one of these situations where you want to try and either get onto the 7 or 2 and then try and use that and move the cue ball in to pot the 11 while you can use one of your other balls to be able to have some insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Either that, or if you can make the 7 and then make the 2 into the 11 and roll forward and just try and roll behind the 1 safe, that may be a way of going.
I'm going to take the 6 with some right-hand spin. I want the 9 out of the way, open up the pocket for the 8. I'm on to the 5, then I'll take the 3, go down, take 7, 2, come around, 1 ball.
Okay.
Done.
I'm looking a little bit different. Depending on the angle the 2 into the 11 to pot it, and roll the cue ball forward to the rail and try and hook him behind that 1.
That is, that's
Or is that
asking
the
a lot to pot the 7 and go forward and push the 2 to the 11.
No, you're taking the 7 first, and then for the next shot, take the 2 into the 11. I think that's
Oh, I
bankable.
see what you mean.
Yeah.
I see what you mean. Follow the 11 in with the 2.
Well, you don't even have to. You're not playing the ball. You're playing safe on it,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because you play safe on it. If the 2 goes down or not, you don't care. As long as you put the cue ball to the rail there in line with the 1, nothing goes. So when you have a table like this and you've got a problem like that, trying to find a way to take a second inning where
This is
you're
interesting.
He's trying to go for it by putting the 1 through the 11, and if he does, he's got a chance to get out.
Yeah.
But it's a tough shot at that distance because you're slightly off angle, right?
You're
you
off
wanna be
angle and
perfect.
you're from downtown really when it comes to these type of shots.
You really want to be closer if you want to hit it with top to have it roll through, and you want to be almost square so you can kind of nut it through.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why he's not taking it right yet. Yeah.
Oh my! That was a nice effort.
He went for it.
He sure did. But he's on the 1, right? 1 now cuts to the bottom left-hand corner.
Well, and that's why I'm thinking, did you even really want to go into that? Because you're going into it so that you can hit the 1.
Mm-hmm.
Why not just play for the short side over there for the 1?
I'm sure he was playing in to make the 11.
Yeah, but why don't even go for it? Just go to make it to the rail and get yourself a good shot on the 1, because if you were going to make the 11, you were doing that with the idea of putting the 1 in the bottom left anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So don't even worry about it.
Yeah, maybe a bit of a two-way. If he gets it, it's open. If not, not a big deal.
I suppose.
Right? It's certainly, if the 11 goes, it makes shaping the 7 way easier than it is now.
Well, let's see what he gets.
Right? He's definitely got a lot of angle here to try to contend with.
Yeah. And look at that. Hits it like a champion.
Of course. Going to have to do somewhat similar.
He might be able to stun it around 3 rails to
3, maybe connect with the 4th.
Between the 8 and the 9.
Yeah.
Going top, left side, bottom. This is kind of one of these.
And maybe catch the 4th rail. Oh,
he tried to do it 2 rails.
well, second place prize. Even better if the 9 goes.
Well, you're just going to hit the. Even if the 9 did go down, you're just going to hit that
12
ball by the 8 and just
ball.
push it forward and leave him hung.
12 into the 8. Leave the cue ball behind the 10. But
And
it does leave. I mean, we saw Land do it last game, right? You're turning the table back over. Oh, even takes away the kick.
Yeah, now you got to play it on the off
You
the
might
short
have
rail.
to go 2 rails this way.
You might be able to take it off the short rail and put some siding on it.
I thought he was too far behind the 12 for that, but
Maybe he is. The camera
I think
angle's
on
a
that
little bit
it
funny
is.
here.
The angle of the camera is deceiving.
All right. Well, let's see if he can channel his inner Pagalion and throw a brilliant shot in here.
Well, Land did it. Let's see it, Jeff.
Oh.
Didn't miss it by much.
No, it was
really
very
good
close.
attempt.
Well, there should be some duck soup here.
Yeah, I think this is all over but the crying in this game. Yeah, and I don't mind this 12-9 combination. They're ducks.
Yeah, the 12's really the only ornery ball in the rack.
And you may as well take care of it right now. And I like that he's put the inside angle.
That was something I watched in one of the YouTube videos when I was doing that. I always tend to watch them, and they always talk about doing that and putting the inside.
How about the time saver? Time saver will work. I don't know if he was playing for that.
I don't think he was, but
No.
you know what?
It'll work.
Just call it a little bit of extra fun.
It will work.
Now you hit this, and honestly, I just draw it back a diamond.
He might actually take the 11 first.
Oh, no, that's what I mean. Take the 11 and draw it back a diamond.
Yep. No draw needed. Forward, nice little chip.
Yeah, same little thing.
Yeah. Same result. 10 ball was always going to the side pocket. No matter how you got there. Danny Gombach going to stop the bleeding. They were up 2-0. Hand panties came back. Took 2 back.
Oh! Oh! Oh, my word.
Wow.
Kind of a little stunned on that one.
Yeah. Not often do you see that out of Danny Gombach.
Yeah. Like I said after my last blood test, that was unexpected.
Right?
And Jeff taking just an extra minute there, settle himself. And into the heart.
To the heart of the pocket. Maybe I cursed him. I gave him the commentator's curse.
It sounded like it. He did hit that a little saucy, I'll admit. Give a shout out to my good buddy and teammate Don Collins, who's on the stream here.
Is that who that was from?
I think it was.
Don Collins.
He was around today.
Are you ghosting us on the comment section?
He sent out a little private one, said I should get another blood test. So
I would have put that on the stream in the comments.
I'm surprised he didn't. That's the PG version. He probably said something worse.
Yeah, right.
I'll use that to give a shout out to all my Sharknado fans.
Indeed.
And all the players. They were, my team was here today, and we won a couple of matches, and now we play tomorrow, so looking forward to that.
Indeed. Tony Sakamoto at the table, ready for the break. But as you can see, there are a bunch of patrons kind of hanging out at the table.
A lot of spectators. This table's been breaking tough.
It has. Yeah, she crushed that break. And again, some work to do. 5 ball in jail.
Yeah, I like the stripes.
I don't mind them, that's for sure.
There's only one trick, which is the ball right above the 11, which...
14 ball.
Yeah.
I actually might start down at the bottom of the table. I think I might take the 13 down here.
Yeah, I was thinking that, or I was thinking I think that's the 10 right at the center there.
It is, yeah. I think I like this ball only because then it frees up.
Oh, I think
12
I think
or
Joel's going to go for the 11 right away here, and he drains it. That makes it interesting because now the 14, is it there?
Mm-hmm.
It can go off the rail and off the 2, and you can leave that to go right for the 15 in the bottom corner.
Well, I think that's why I would have started with the 13 because the 11 I think always went, and there's a better angle that I could have got on that to go off the rail,
Sure,
off the 2. and clear that right out.
Well, and I think that's what he's looking at right now with the 9 ball. Getting rid of your problems early. Oh, no, he tried to juice it, and he's made it worse.
Does the 15 ball still go? Sitting on top of the 5 ball?
I think it went to the upper right. But
It definitely went that way.
Yeah, I don't think it goes the other way now.
Well, hello again, Patrick Neal, now tuning in on YouTube.
Yeah, that's a lot of the times I see these players that are looking at taking some of these balls and they try and do forceful shots. And
yeah, sometimes you do too much.
Yeah, there's a lot simpler ways to get around it. And while going off a rail, off a ball doesn't sound very simple.
He's got to take this off the 6.
Yeah, or through it.
In order to go through it, I mean, he's lined up the combo, which worked out well in his favor. But if he wanted that 12 ball to be made, you have to take it off the 6.
But getting rid of that ball that was there, which allows you to kind of blast away from the solids perspective, right? You could blast away at the ball before it and maybe
I'm
get
not
to the
saying
5.
you blast it off there.
No, but that's why he went and slow rolled that through there. If you make it, great. If you don't, you at least take away the easy breakout to get through everything. So
I think he would have ended in the same position. Difference is the 2 would have been cleared out.
Maybe. Well, I think Tony here is going to go for the 3 ball combination and also try to push the 15 into a better position. Oh, sorry, wait a minute. That's right, she's solids. Pardon me. In that case, I almost like, and this is a tricky shot, but back cutting the 7 into the top right corner and potentially going and jostling up that pack.
Well, the combination still always goes there. I may have played the 7 in off. Take over the pocket, right? Play it back at him.
Just like Joel did on the previous shot. Yeah.
Yep. Or optionally, as those were lined up, she could have taken it off the 15 in behind.
Now,
either way, the object is to take over the pocket.
Now I think with the pocket firmly in the stripes, you actually go and try and move the 15.
Yep.
And just leave everything else
I
as
agree.
it is.
Yeah. In fact, you may be able to play the 15 off the 5 and make it.
Possibly. You're pretty close to it, so.
And you don't have to hammer it.
No.
Just a nice pocket weight.
Well, it decides to go for the one on the side to try and, comes out a little wide.
Oh, yeah. Now if I'm Tony, 6-12.
Yep. Absolutely.
Get the 12 out of the way.
Well, Patrick, we appreciate that you can't get enough.
Indeed.
Because we can't get enough of presenting it, so that works out well.
It seems to be true.
Yeah, things seem to be picking up here tonight. Here at the Leather Pocket, even if the tournament is a few less people, there's a lot more patrons coming in.
Yeah, the walk-ins starting to come in.
Always a good thing, and Leather Pocket, always a good place to come and play a game of pool. If you,
we're so spoiled here. We got Leather Pocket, Hidden Spot, all diamond tables everywhere. Yeah, nice shot, Tony.
You've got Chalks, you've got Chill, you've got Raman's new Snooker Academy, which I've heard very, very good things about. I haven't been able to get down there yet.
Well, and then even to the north in Airdrie.
Mojo
Billiards. Then
Sticks and Bones down in High River.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
I just went and played a Scotch doubles tournament there a couple of weeks ago. Had a great time.
I heard it's a nice room. I still have not had the chance to make it out there
It's immense. So they have probably the space that you see here for all of our 7-foots just for the arcade component.
Holy.
They have 4 9-foot tables. They have a full room for 7-foot tables, and they have cornhole tables and dartboards. So I know they run an Olympics where they run the Scotch doubles, but they run all 3 events: cornhole, darts, and pool, and it's supposed to be a great time.
Wow.
Oh, double kiss.
It's still there though.
But
I think it's there. She can take this one ball.
Just touch the 5 and go into the carom and push it through.
Yes, you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what she's looking at right now. So she wants to take the 1 and put the cue ball almost on the rail.
Yep. And then you're just going to skin the 5. Cue ball goes into the 12 and makes the 6.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like is what happens after that, because the
Oh,
5
yeah,
really
you
isn't
can get stuck.
the
for
5
sure.
really isn't going to move. The cue ball is going to move forward. So do you have room for the 4? And even so, how do you get back to the 5? It's definitely a challenging rack.
Mm-hmm. Who's bumping our cameras? Yep. Send sandwiches, says Patrick. We're all over it. So again, just skin the 5. There you go. Ah, dead perfect. Dead perfect. Perfect will do. She hit that dead nut perfect.
Looks like I missed all the fun.
Yep. Yeah, Tony hit that absolute dead perfect, came up perfect on the 5 ball. Now perfect on the 4.
So the 5 must have skidded forward, and the
It
cue
did.
ball went forward on
Yeah.
it. Nice.
Excuse me. Yeah, I like what she did there. Didn't try to do too much. Just kind of took what the table gives her. Staring down the neck of the 8 ball.
And
Indeed. She used the far right-hand side of the pocket, but she got it there. To pad the lead a little bit. 4-2 in favor of the hand panties. We'll forgive you then, Don. But only this time.
And coming to the table, the leader of the Fulton Express, Darcy Fulton.
Indeed.
Pretty gosh darn good 8-ball player and a tremendous snooker player.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's going to have his hands full. He's got Jeff Wanless as an opponent. And Jeff is a double-edged sword. If he gets in the right groove with the right mindset, he will run you out so fast you'll wonder what happened.
Yeah, these two are a good matchup, skill-wise for sure. And when Jeff's going, he's just tremendous.
Yeah, when he's firing on all cylinders, he is a dangerous player.
Mm-hmm. I played with him before and had a chance to see how he gets into the zone.
Yes. And if you are just tuning in, everybody, do us a favor, give that share button a little bit of love. We are live at the Leather Pocket in Calgary, Alberta. It is a fundraiser for Kate, Battle in the Big C.
It's really good that the community would come together for her, and the pool community has a long history of doing that for people in our sphere of influence that come into these things.
Indeed.
And if you've ever had a chance to meet Kate or Danny, or even if you hadn't, they're both great people. So.
Danny is one of the long-running members of the Calgary pool scene.
Looks like another second ball break. Pretty constant for this table.
I agree.
Oh, and gets a
He
kick off into the top right.
Makes a ball.
That's what I've been noticing. The standard pack where you're hitting the balls that normally go into pockets, they're not really doing it on this table.
I know my opening shot, the 9-7 combination, and I'm out.
That looks good if he can drain it. It's not a dead combination because the 7's a little bit off the rail, so you kind of have to hit the 9 a little thinner than you would.
Well,
It's makeable.
if you make the 9, you make the combo.
Yep.
Right, they're off at the right angle. That if you just play to make the 9, play as if you're gonna pot the 9 ball.
Not taking it though. Going to go for the 3 instead.
Well, he does have the 4 sitting there as a breakout ball. I just know that if I make that combo and all I've got to do is make the 9, it's a wide open table.
Yeah, I agree with you. These shots I don't really like
Just because of that.
2 things can happen that are bad. One, that one. The other one is that you go into it, you go into the 9, and then you either push the 9 closer or you push the cue ball right up by the 7, and then you don't have a follow-up shot.
Yep.
The key with any breakout is making sure that you've got some sort of insurance in case you don't end up with the cue ball exactly where you want.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's why I take it right from the hop, right? I know I've got an open table. I'm going to call the 7, and really it's just make the 9.
Yep.
And from there I'm out.
I agree. All right.
I like to look for simplicity, right? I don't need to move a bunch of stuff. I don't need to put big draw strokes and use a lot of English. I don't need that. I just like simple.
Yep.
Or at least that's how I frame it. Sometimes the blueprint looks better.
Well,
but
it always looks perfect in your head.
Of course. And from this vantage point, I never miss.
Yeah, I follow the KISS method. Keep it simple, shooter.
That's it. Oof. Used the whole pocket there and put himself in jail.
But
he's put himself in jail.
Not sure what he was going for there. I think he was trying to jostle the 14 ball. I'm having problems with the colors on that screen. I have to kind of, part of the times I go and look out at the table.
I get advantage seating. I get to see the monitor and live.
Well, that's because you're the professional presenter.
Oh, I don't know if I'm the professional.
I'm just the amateur here.
I am. I'm just a voice. I'm just part of the furniture. I'm the janitor.
I don't know. I think having listened to you enough, I think I'm the guest commentator and you're the Dr. Johnny Fever. So
I'll take it. I'll take the WKRP in Cincinnati reference.
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
That was such a great episode.
I have a T-shirt. Surprisingly enough,
surprise,
the first
right?
annual WKRP Thanksgiving turkey drop.
Yeah. Yeah, color me surprised that you have a shirt.
You haven't seen the new crop. We haven't hung out in a while, so.
Yeah, I've kind of been hiding in my office at home and.
So, the angle isn't right. I think what you do is you take the 1 and you try and draw it back just a little bit so you have angle on the 5. That way you can go into that 9, the pack there.
I like the 6 into the 1 and then you leave automatic angle like that.
Sure, but.
And then the 1's out. Yeah.
Yeah,
just
time
like
for the breakout.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that works better.
Yeah. Cut the 5 and it's automatic.
Easier to see when you're at the table than, I guess, here.
It's true.
And
yeah, now he's dead out.
Perfect.
He is dead out here, or should be.
Well, a little bit of work here because you are back cutting the 7, so you got to make sure that you get to the right side of it.
Yes, I am the CSO, the Chief Sanitation Officer.
As I just said, get to the right side of it because he was cutting it back. You either miss it or you leave yourself on the wrong side.
Well, I got to give advantage to Jeff here. This should be all over but the crying.
Yeah, with that one on the top left, he should just roll it softly and be able to clean up those 2.
Oh, he's out all day here.
Yep.
He's got choice. He can take the 15. He can take the 11. Whatever way he wants to go about it. This, as they say, is like shooting fish in a barrel.
Who says that?
They. And I don't know who they are, but Ryan and I were talking about it earlier, that if we ever get to find out who they are, I might go to jail.
I got words for them.
Yeah.
All roads lead to Rome here. Take the easier one, which is the 14, because you can just roll it forward. And then you can just draw the cue ball back with the 9, and you are out.
Did he get a little too much angle here? So hard to tell.
If he did, then what he can do is he can stun draw it to the left side and then put the
Just push
8 ball in the
forward.
other.
Push forward.
Yep.
Come back up. Side pocket.
Perfect.
That will do. Padding the lead. It is going to be a 3-game lead. And I did not know nor understand what hand panties were until today.
I didn't know until you just told me.
The glove. Who knew?
I have other words for them.
A glove?
You know how mine fits, right?
Like?
Well, no. I was asking. I didn't know.
Oh, like a glove.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. Which is how a glove is supposed to fit. Maybe I'll change CSO to Chief Speaking Officer. No, because no. I don't need to be the chief.
All right. Well, we're just waiting for the next rack here.
Yes, sorry, my brain's checked out already.
No, you were just trying to think up of another acronym that you could use in there.
I could. Yeah, there's just nothing I can come up with. Just janitor.
CCO.
Janitor works.
Chief Content Officer.
Nope. Just the janitor.
Git.
Just
Grunt in charge. Or grunt in training, I guess.
That's it. I'll take grunt in training. Yeah, you too, Georgios.
Georgios Zygopoulos has just popped in and is leaving for the night.
Yeah, popped in and popped out.
As a bunch of people are. The A side is done for the night.
Yeah.
They will be restarting at 10 a.m. Tomorrow. And the B side is going to be playing this round, and I think they're going to be playing one more before the end of tonight. So that's going to be a bit of a late go.
Which is not one I'm sticking around for, so it is the final stream of the day. But we'll pick it back up again tomorrow morning, 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Holy!
Ho!
Reminds me of Danny of old. Used to be able to pop that ball and stick it in the middle of the table. The old pop and stop.
Well, I don't think that Danny was playing the infantry there. I think he was playing the airborne.
Yeah. Very true.
Yeah, for those of you early risers that want to come up for the 10 a.m., Grant will start streaming at 8:30 in the morning to give you the precursor for all of it. Is a lie I'm making up?
Nope. I will be here like I was today at 10 minutes to 10. Oh, I may not be here tomorrow at all.
Oh?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a story.
Work, work, work.
Oh, okay.
I was supposed to leave at 3 o'clock today.
Ah, okay. All right.
Alas, here I am.
It looks like Tony's here giving a bit of angle to try and push out the 5 ball to continue with the stripes for a run out.
Not terrible. She's in on the 9. Now everything goes. Everything has a home. 14 goes, 13,
Does that 14
10.
go by the 5?
Oh, yeah, all day. Oh.
I don't know.
I don't know. I can't see.
I think that's what she was trying to break out here, that first one.
Well, we'll see if she plays back to the 5.
And I think she can. She can play the 10 in and come back to the 5.
I just want to see if it did go.
I don't think it does.
I think it does.
She's playing it like it does.
I think it does.
Oh! But it doesn't matter at this point.
No good shot goes unpunished. Danny's got some work here, though. The 5 ball definitely goes. 6 is in trouble, though.
Does the 6 go to the top right now with ball in hand?
I don't think so.
Or do you play it into the left middle?
I don't even think it. Well, it might go left middle.
Left middle looks pretty reasonable, but that 5 ball looks like a problem.
Five will go. I get to stare right down the barrel of the 5 ball. It's what he's playing for.
Yeah, he'll play that and then put a bit of stun on it in order to...
Well, maybe just move the 14 out of the way.
No, I think he'll try and stun back the 6, that leaving him the 4.
Definitely could, yeah.
Leaving him the 4.
Yeah.
The only danger
5
here
goes all day.
Yeah, you're right, though, on the 14, simply because that pocket the 5's going into is the right pocket for the 8 right now.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to try to move the 14 because I always have the 4.
Maybe he's going to try and move them both. If you hit it with a little bit of left and a bit of draw.
I think you just move the 14 here. Oh, no, you can't. He blew it in there.
Yeah, he did hit it to go off both of them, but unfortunately he also moved the 8.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't have done it. I'm just going to slow roll the 5 in, push the 14. I'm set on the 4. Now the 6 goes. I'm down on everything else, and the 8 still goes.
I'm still fine with the way he did it. I just thought if you hit it a bit softer, you still get that, but you don't move the 8.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, hindsight's 20/20.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I like simple.
Yeah.
Simple works.
Well, let's see what he can get to now. The 4 definitely goes. Certainly all the solids are in play. It's the question of finding a home for the 8.
Well, yeah. And the 4 goes. He's got to take it into the side. There's no turning back now.
No.
Right? The table's wide open. You know, maybe the 14 arguably, but the 14-15 combo's not terrible.
No, that's on a wire.
Yeah. So I don't think Danny's got a choice. You've got to find a way through it.
Maybe you take the 4 into the side up for the 6, stop the 6, play the 1 with a little bit forward so you give yourself a bit of a reverse angle on the 3, and then you take the 3 and go down table and try and go into that 8 and jostle them up right at the end.
Yeah. It is an option, and probably about the best one, right? And I mean, once you've made the 1 ball, your position on the 3, there's a number of different ways that you can get down there to try to maneuver it. But
I always like taking those ones where you're taking it with a slight off angle because you don't have to do a whole lot to the cue ball to get it going where you want.
Yeah. But I think you're right. I think, I mean, from here you have to clean up. You've got to go 4 ball and either 6-1 or 1-6 or whatever way you want to run them. But you can't leave the 1 and the 3 up here and, for example, shoot the 6 to try to move the 8.
Yeah, no, that doesn't make sense. Because there's too many ways that can go wrong.
Yeah. Well, if I'm going to take a flyer at moving the 8 ball, if I accomplish it, I just want to win the game right there.
Agreed.
Right? I don't want to have to come back up and try to shoot the 1 and shape the 3 and then shape the 8.
Well, right now it looks like he's checking out his options, taking some time at the table to figure out how he wants to approach this.
Yep. I think it's the 6. He's going to shoot the 1, though. I like the 6 ball.
I think he's shooting the 3.
Oh, my.
He's going for the 8 right now.
Yeah. Well, and that's not... Okay, so not a terrible option. It brings in the 12 ball, however.
Like you said, a lot of ways that can go wrong.
But...
Does the 8 go now?
But...
I think the 8 goes past the 15.
He might have got away with it a little bit there.
Yeah, I think he did. It looks like that 8 passes now.
Yeah. Just walking in front of shots, no problem. I knew that was going to get Danny. I knew it was going to get him.
Why
should
is
have
that?
stood up.
Oh, because of...
the guy walking through.
Yeah.
Just like this, right? Just back and forth, casually, no care in the world. Which, listen, if you're not a pool player, I get it. You don't know what you don't know. Very nice. Well.
I don't mind it because you can take a shot at going and cutting the 14 ball into that right corner, and if you do, you go to the rail and push the 8 and the 6 out.
Or do you just play safe?
I
Just use the 10 ball, hide behind the 14.
No, I think you've got a chance here to get out. You take it. You're leading 5-2 right now. I think you go for it. Or I don't like stunning it, but I definitely think that taking a run at it is worth it. If you can extend that lead to 6-2.
I might one bank the 12. Stick the cue ball there. If I make it, I'm on.
Well,
that is interesting.
It is.
Now you've got 14, 15 all locked up together in the corner. 8 ball's tough. 13 still goes.
Yeah.
Right? 6 doesn't play for sure.
Unless you take it to the bottom right now. Which is crazy, but, how else do you get it?
I think it goes to the side. I don't know if it goes. Well, no, it doesn't even go. It doesn't go anywhere.
No? Okay.
It's locked.
Owen misses it entirely.
Yeah.
Not the worst in the world.
I mean, let's be honest, that might be the best thing that happened.
Right?
If he hits the 1, do you go around, you break some stuff out and
now
put
what
yourself
you
in
do
jail?
is she wants to go for that ball in the corner. I think you just kind of jostle open the 15 and 10 and leave it kind of hung down in there. Yeah, you play it safe. Or you play to make that ball but keep it safe so that you can try and break things out.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer playing the safety when I'm jostling these just because if I can get another ball in hand, then you can be out all day.
Well, the problem is the 8 is still tough. And even though the 13 goes, can you get on the other side to break into the 8 and leave? Do you want to leave that for last?
Well, if you don't have those 2 at the top right there tied up, you could easily just take the 12 and go into that pack right now.
Yeah.
That's why I'm thinking you play safe, break those 2 up. And she was trying to actually push it a little bit.
Yeah, trying to nudge a little.
Mm-hmm. So now you just duck and cover, right? You take that.
I think you duck and cover.
I think she's going for it. I think she's going to play the 10. No, she's playing to make it.
She's playing for the W. She's got really good angle, about the best angle that you could get on this 13 to move the 8, get it out of the way, and get shape on. I think it's the 10 or 12.
She's got to stun it, I think.
Yeah, just a nice little pop in. Perfect.
Oh, that was such a nice shot.
Perfection.
That low right, and she managed to just kind of push everything the right way. She's playing well tonight.
Tony ain't here to mess around. Danny gets up and says, "Thank you, dear." A commanding lead, 6-2.
Yeah. Some people would call it a route. I call it a route.
Yeah.
So far. We've seen people come back from this, so, you don't count anyone out.
We actually saw this exact score second match. And it got 6-6, then they went back and forth, 7-7.
Okay.
8-8.
Yep. You never take it for granted, right? It can turn around just that quickly.
Yep. Keep the pedal to the metal, so to speak.
And coming to the table to rack and break is Joel Niven.
Oh, my goodness. You could tell I started this at 10 o'clock this morning.
So did I. Just wasn't behind here.
Oh, my eyes are about done looking through my glasses and at computer screens and tablets and everything else we got going on.
This is one of the challenges of the pool player's life is the long hours of playing, the long hours of waiting. It's absolutely love it, but it can be a stretch.
It is a love-hate relationship. I love it and I hate it.
And there we go. The first second ball break where I saw a ball go where it should. The one going into the side.
Yep. And wide open. Wide open spaces. 3 ball, sure, but the 5 is there. You lead
the stripes look fantastic.
Either which.
Yeah.
The only problem with this is the 9 ball.
That's kind of why I like the stripes, because I think the 9 partially blocks the 8.
That is true. It is true. A little bit of work to do, I guess, no matter which one you take. finding shape to get onto the 9. You got to be kind of below the 6 ball in order to get there. But not terrible.
Yeah,
Right? If you take low ball, you can use the 6 ball potentially to move that over, shape up the 7.
then you've got the 3 ball. That's the one that's
3's
kind
easy
of,
though. 5 leads you right to it.
the 5 leads you to it, sure. What leads you to the 5? Like, you have to look
2,
for some
4,
connections.
5,
For
3.
sure.
Right?
And that looks like what he's doing.
Yeah, 2, 4, 5, 3.
There's definitely a pattern there, but the 8 is the one challenge.
Yep.
Not insurmountable, but, you know, maybe after taking the 3, you play the 6 with a little bit of inside and try and spin it into either.
Even better.
Oh,
Even better. I think you got a little bit lucky there with that rub, but
I think
this will work.
I
don't think
leave
he
the
needed
5.
to do it.
No,
but
I think you leave the 5 now and you take the 3 and you go up table and try and jostle around that 8 ball.
does the 8 go? Does it go past that 9 ball? It's so hard to tell from this angle.
Well, now you don't have to worry about it because you could take the 3 to the side and bring it to the right-hand side. And
Yeah,
take the
6, 7, 3, 8.
8. Yeah. I don't like jostling balls if I don't have to.
Oh, I agree.
Once you've jostled them, then you'd have to reevaluate.
Oh. Well, if it did go,
Oh, that's fine because if you're taking the 7 to the 3, you're taking the 3 to the right side to put the
true enough.
the 8 in the bottom left.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It may squeak past the left side of the 9 ball for the 8. Might.
And Patrick, I know that route and root are spelt differently, but I've never let the English language get in my way. Now you got to make sure that you get just a touch above the 3, so
Above the
that you
center
can
line,
easily go into it.
Yeah.
And not what this is.
Uh-oh. Big trouble. Well, he still could go forward with some right-hand spin.
Well,
Asking a lot because you got to play the weight correctly.
and you have to avoid that 12 if you play the right-hand spin.
Right-hand spin 12 checks back this way.
It does, but the 12 ball's right there. You could potentially go into it, depending on how much right you put on it. It's a pretty thin window. Well, you got to make the ball first.
That is definitely part of the prerequisite. Lan going to walk to the table wide open.
Looks like Joel's getting his workout in because he's got a 7-pack right now.
Yeah. I like the 9 ball first, and I'm going to take 13 next.
You betcha. Avoid that combination, and then everything's kind of open.
And that's it.
Take the 13 down to take the 10, which gets the ones off the
That's
sides
it.
out. And
Yep.
should be able to construct a pattern from there.
Yeah. Yeah, I like drawing. Take the 9, just draw straight up. Then the 13, 10, from there, shooter's choice, whatever you want.
The only thing I think is that it is a bit of a stretch for Lan, who's a little bit shorter. So she may, she was thinking of playing it safe. Not sure why.
Interesting.
Given a chance here. Not a great one, but a chance.
Well, I'm just going to take the 8 off the
Off the rail, off the 9?
Off the horn, yeah. Off the horn, off the 9. Take over the pocket.
I suspect that Lan is probably not happy about that shot completely, as she just made a face at us.
She is dancing in front of the fishbowl.
I think he's looking to try and bank this. Yep. I'm not sure
I can't totally disagree because he wants to kick the door down.
it's a safe shot.
It is. It's not terrible. And take over the pocket. For the 10 anyway.
Well, but the problem is that now you have nowhere to go.
Yeah, from here you're in jail time.
Like if I gave you ball in hand right now on the black, there's nothing you can do.
That's it. I'm willing to bet. That's why.
It looks like Alex Bagaline's back in the house, doing some challenges matches.
Indeed.
I wonder if our good friend Django is out there as well, Francisco.
I haven't seen Francisco come in yet.
I may have to pop out and do a challenge match quickly.
Indeed.
Although I may wait till tomorrow.
How
Gets
good.
the hit.
How good.
Yeah, but I'm not liking where he's going to be on the next one.
Yeah, but now he's at least opened it up where there's an offensive shot, right? He can go off the rail, make the 8 into the top left-hand corner, even on a kick.
Possibly. It does mean that Len's going to have to stay on the left side of the table here. I'm not averse to just hitting the 11 just to the rail and just having the cue ball track towards maybe the middle on the left side.
I agree. Yeah, give it some distance.
That'll work too because you've got the blockers there.
Oh, she's got blockers all over the place for the easy hit.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing easy about this hit. 12 ball taking away the left side rail. And spinning that ball, you're going to have to spin the living you-know-what's out of it, which means you got to put a little more pace on than what you'd ideally want.
I think you've got enough room on the left side rail, but it's close. But even so, there's nothing you're doing aggressively there.
No.
You're just marking time, and as soon as you break out or push out that 10 ball, then she's going to go off to the races here. Definitely a patience game.
Indeed. It's a marathon match. Oh, Miss Joanne Ashton lending a hand to ref.
That's one of the things that definitely I've seen and they've been talking about lately in terms of watching shots, and that is the use of the camera phone.
Some controversy.
Yeah. But this is one of those ones where I would actually, if I'm doing it, I'd actually pull out a camera phone and run it in video and then slow-mo it, because you can definitely see what's going on.
So the controversy there was Joanne saying either yes or no as to the approach to take. Right? As a ref, you're not supposed to say nothing.
Yep, absolutely. Doesn't matter on that one because that was a foul.
Correct.
And I think
you
that
cannot confirm
Nope.
nor help in any way as a ref. You are there to ref the shot, and that's it. Period.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, definitely the use of camera phones has made it more interesting and certainly more predictable. I've used it in a couple of cases where someone's asked me to look at a shot and it looks close, so I have that just as a backup.
Mm-hmm.
And it does make life a lot easier because both guys can see it if there's any question.
Yeah.
Some people don't like it, though. Some people think that it should be someone just evaluating the shot. I kind of see it the same way as the automated strike zone that they're talking about bringing in, right? Do you want to have an umpire make the call and potentially
I think
miss call?
Yeah. Well, so it goes both ways, right? Sometimes it goes for you, sometimes it goes against you. But the imperfection of the sport, I think, is what makes it ultimately interesting.
Agreed. All right, so she's just taking the 10 straight in between those two. I don't think she's playing the combo, is she?
I think so.
She is. And like you say,
wide open.
Getting them both.
The time saver. All right, I've never had to use any kind of device to make a call.
Mm-hmm. And the way that, from what I understand, I'm not a ref, the way that I understand it, there are ways of being able to properly judge even on very, very tight ones.
Correct.
So it's not as necessary. I think for the amateur player, it is nice to have that, to give that sort of level of certainty where you don't have someone that has all of the ref knowledge.
Well, and I think, so the same rule as in baseball, right? If it is a human making the judgment, if it is that close, the tie goes to the runner.
Mm-hmm.
The tie goes to the shooter, right?
But here's the counterpoint to that is, if I don't have to worry about that, because I
But
can
that's
use
what
something...
makes the game interesting,
Sure.
in my opinion, right?
For sure.
I can be open to being wrong on that, but I think that's one of the spots and the areas that make the game interesting is the human element, right? Otherwise, if we wanted to watch perfect sports, replace humans with robots, have robotic baseball players, robotic umpires, and it would be a perfect game the whole way through.
But the imperfection's in the shooter, not in the call.
The imperfection is in the human element.
Right,
Whether
but the
you're
human
a,
element is the
whether
shooter,
you're
not the...
no, whether you're a referee or a shooter, that's the element,
Sure, I can see that argument.
right?
So it looks like Lan made just a really, really good shot to leave herself the proper sort of stun follow shot to go to the rail and get to the 8 there, which is a bit tight. I think she goes off of, she pots it in the top right, hits about the first diamond up, and she's perfect.
Yep. Yeah, tight shot.
Yeah,
Tight
she's
shot either way.
giving it a look, which
She's
is
got
the
to
right
check
way.
that left side rail and I think come back across the table for the 8 into the top left hand.
I think she hits it softly with right hand spin. It goes to the rail, and it just goes to that top rail just perfectly.
It very well could. I don't like the scratch element.
I don't think that's even in play. You're playing it with stun, right? A little bit hefty on the shot.
A little bit close to the work, but I think that was, in my opinion, the natural shot. Draw off the rail and out. But again,
Doesn't matter now.
my
'cause
my opinion is worth what you've paid for it.
the 8 ball's in. And it is now a 3-game difference, but now we have the hand panties going to the break.
Well, I don't know if they've been quite as successful on their breaks as what Fulton Express has been.
I think they've had 1 rack with a ball, and I think Fulton's had 2.
Yep.
All right, Tony Sakamoto coming up to break. Joel looking for affirmation that he's done a good job, and
Yes.
we can do that.
Yes. Ball down.
There's a good looking
And
break.
it was actually Tony's break that she made a ball and then scratched.
Oh, yes, yes. Very true. I think the solids are looking a little better here.
I agree.
I think you actually can.
Can you say Jake Butler? Did you see that one?
Yeah, absolutely. On that last rack, I'm just thinking if, hey, Jake Butler, did you see that one? I kind of prefer taking the 7 with a
I
bit of
agree.
stun to go for that 4 ball that's kind of tied up.
1,000%. We saw it exactly the same. There.
Yep.
7 ball stun up here. Shoot that gap.
Yep.
Between the 3-5 and you're onto the 4.
Yeah.
She's still on the 4. She did get it.
But it's much longer shot.
Much, much longer. Yeah.
Which, if you're shooting well, maybe that's fine.
Yep. Tony's got all kinds of skill.
Agreed.
Looks like she's taking the 5 though. Where's she taking the 5?
Into the side.
Oi, oi, oi. Horn hooked.
She plays the 5.
7 ball.
Plays the 5 with 4 rails.
After she makes it.
Yes. Well, now she can take the 7 and go down for that 4 again.
That's right.
Although it's a little bit more challenging. I think the 3 comes into play now.
It can, for sure. This has got to be just over a pocket weight.
I think you hit it with top and you give it a bit. Oh, yeah. Uh-oh.
And that's why. Just straight top, pocket weight, float her in, let the cue ball float.
All right. Darcy coming to the table. I think the only real challenging ball here is the 11, which he'll probably look to deal with at some point here early. It does look like it might go into the left side, and I think it probably goes into the right bottom.
Let's see. What would I do if I was at the table? It depends. Can I see the 15?
I think you can. So I think you almost take the 11 into the side and back it up to the rail to take the 15 next. That gets rid of your problems, although the 12 and the 13 in the middle there are kind of a little bit funky angled.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. I think start with the 11 draw and then 15 ball. That's my opinion.
I think if the 11's not a problem, though, which I don't think he thinks it is, then he's just going to take the 13, roll the 12 down, and then take the 15, and then go from there.
That's the 9 ball.
Is it?
Yeah.
Damn you, colors. I have to apologize to everyone. I'm white-black colorblind, so reading's a real problem.
It's a blank page.
Now, do you go forward or do you go back on this?
I back all day.
I don't mind going forward a little bit to take the 14 next.
I want the 10 ball next. Or the 11, either which.
Yep. I think you're right on that, and I think that getting back there, having the little cut there is not bad.
In fact, I'm taking the 11 because I can just draw, and even down table, I can get a good angle on the 10.
I agree.
I'm playing it into the 4, leave it there, 14 next, call it done.
You must be a 500 like me because we're calling the same shots.
My Fargo is dropping like a rock without playing, and yeah. Oh, what's he done here?
Oh, he didn't put any left on it or any draw. He just played it straight. And he's left himself no shot on the 10.
Nope. Not only no shot, the only shot on the table is the back cut on the 14 to the top left-hand corner, which has the potential of going off the 1, scratching into the into the top right, straight scratch into the top right,
well, not to mention,
and no shape.
That's a miracle cut, too, because you're close to 90 degrees on that.
Mm-hmm.
Which means you're going to have to whisper at it if you want to put it in.
Yeah. Gotta shave the shine off of it. And he did.
Ooh.
And scratch.
And scratch, just as you said, right off the 1.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have the Coles notes on this rack, or you just...
I just use my my time machine.
Your intuition?
Jump forward.
Looks pretty clear here.
Oh, yeah. This is...
Although, I don't
all
like
over
the
but
3
the
first.
crying.
I like the 4 first.
I don't mind it.
I like hitting the 4 with a little bit of stun and taking the 3 next.
I think either way, shooter's preference.
I suppose.
6 of 1, half a dozen. At this point, right, ball in hand, 5 balls left on the table. Nothing tied up.
Yeah.
Nice little touch draw. You're on to the
With that
6,
one,
7, 8.
With that one, there's a number of roads that lead to Rome. I think it's just personal preference.
Yeah, I agree.
I just think
shooter's choice.
with that, you're going away from the ball rather than to it by doing the 4 second. But but she hits it good enough that I don't think that's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing to do here. Roll her in.
Yep.
Roll her home. Oy.
Oh.
Did you hear how I helped that ball in there?
I think the force was used on that shot. And with this back cut,
One step closer to the hill. To the heart of the pocket it goes.
and a 7-3 lead, which is pretty sizable now.
Pretty commanding.
When you start trading racks when you're down 3 or so, that's when things start getting a little bit tense.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it's going to be Lan and Danny next.
Lan and Danny Gombach. gem of a human being, Mr. Gombach is.
Absolutely. I've known him for a number of years, and never anything but a kind word, always helpful, and a heck of a shot.
Yeah. A monster shot back in the day.
Yeah, when I grow up, I want to be able to shoot like him.
Right?
Well,
that's going to be my problem is growing up.
Yeah,
part.
I changed the when to an if. I think that's
better.
That's good.
Yeah, that's more applicable with both company present.
Oh, absolutely. Tell you what, next time you can come over to my place and we can both be iffy together.
That's right. I agree. How's the table?
Absolutely loving it.
I know.
Absolutely loving it. It plays just like these ones do, but the shelves are a little deeper, meaning you got to be a little bit more precise. And it is definitely improving my game. So,
yeah, you can tell. I know that you've put a lot of work into your game, for sure, and I knew that table specifically.
Oh yeah, using that over Valley
Yeah.
is it's apples and orchards.
It
That's
is.
how much difference.
Yeah. And at least, hey, every now and again, I can pop on over and
The next
take
one
it for a spin.
The next one I want to do in my pool room improvements is I want to get one of the large arena scale lights like we've got here for every table at Leather Pocket. Put that in, and then once I have that to illuminate the table, I can put the projector right in the center and start doing drills off that.
And all of those things are either coming or available from Lucid Lights. They are the creators of the Predator Arena Light.
Yeah, I figure I get all that together and then get the ability to do drills off that little projection, and I think my Fargo will go up at least 3 points.
I know that with what Lucid is coming out with, it's more than meets the eye. There are on the top of the light you'll have the spine, which runs up the center of the light, and then ribs, which run back and forth. And within there are a whole bunch of fancy attachments coming. Cameras, projectors, apps. There's a whole community service that's coming, so you can join the community of everybody else that has that same setup, and you can compete, and there's
share tips and stuff like that.
There is a ton of things coming.
I'm going to have a look at that. That sounds like it's what I'm looking for. Whoa!
Took a flyer, rearranged the furniture a little bit.
I'm not sure what he was looking for.
But low ball's the answer here.
Wasn't it? Well, it is now for sure.
Yeah, 14 being in the blocked by the 5 ball, I would tend to think.
I think that the 8 ball has a place in the left center. So.
It does.
Oh, just don't hide it.
Well, she made it interesting. She's claimed the low ball.
That's the difference I see between rolling a ball and doing a stun with follow.
Yes, the stun follow is but again, it's a shot that you really have to try to get to master, right? And it's definitely not in the bag or the arsenal of a lot of players. It's a shot that's very seldom played, and it should be played. For sure.
It's there's a couple of shots like that have that movement forward, the stun follow, the drag follow. Like I added the drag follow much more regularly into my game.
Yes,
and it's made a huge difference because of shots like what you just saw there, where you're not at risk of over-rolling, but you can give it a stroke. Yeah. Right, instead of just trying to feather one lightly.
Yeah, I learned that drag from. I just had her name. Is it Robin Dobson? So she was in Vegas. This is way, way back when I was going to VNEA. So I was...
Wow, that far back?
Yeah, 18, 40, 32 years ago, somewhere in there. And she had the jump cues, the frog and the tadpole.
Okay.
And so I believe I learned that from her. Oh, no, I am totally wrong.
Here comes a jump right now.
Yes. No, I'm totally wrong. It was Kathy Mack. Kathy McDonald when she was touring.
Oh, there's a jump shot for you.
So good. So good. Yeah, it was Kathy McDonald back when she was touring and playing as a pro.
Okay.
I took lessons. She was the first person I ever took lessons from.
Oh, okay. We have a lot of fine people that can give lessons here in Calgary as well.
Oh,
A lot of really strong players, a lot of really good instructors.
the thing I like about it is they will all refer each other,
Mhm.
right? Because they all have different styles, different, insights as to what to do, how to do it. So lots of choice.
I've used a couple in my time already, and I have no doubt I'll use more.
Yeah.
So does the 2 pass the 3 as a thin cut? I'm thinking no, because she's trying to take... She's taking the 4 somewhere. I think she's trying to bank it. Yeah, I think she was trying to bank it back and got a little forward on it.
Yeah. Well, Danny's going to step to the table. He is in on the 12 ball.
Work to do.
Yeah, definitely a few challenges. 15's going to be a challenge. I think it's leaned onto the rail there. Can't quite tell whether it's on or off the rail. Even looking live, I can't tell.
It clicks close.
Yeah. Too close to cut into the side pocket from my perspective or
Sure.
our perspective.
The 14's still a problem, obviously.
Yep.
You have to get around there, and there's no real easy ball.
Yeah. 10 ball does go into the left-hand side pocket. 13 goes.
Well, let's see what he decides to do here. He
Nothing.
decides to...
Absolutely nothing. Play it safe.
I'm not sure where the safety is there. The 2 goes.
I think he's counting on...
The 4 ball?
Yeah, the 4 really doesn't have a home here.
Again, I know it goes into the left middle,
It does.
but does it also go into the top right once the 2 ball's gone?
Mm-hmm. What's going on, Ben DeWolf? I actually might play the 2 ball right now,
Oh, I think you do. Absolutely.
right? Rather than playing the 1 ball. The issue that I see in the 2 ball is your bridge right over top of the 15 ball.
It's an awkward bridge for sure,
Mhm.
but you
Well-
don't have to do a lot with the cue ball.
You're over top of the 15 and out of the side pocket. But like you said, you don't have to do a lot. And who knows, once the 2 is gone and the 3 is gone, maybe the 4 does pass to the top right.
I think it does.
Little overcut,
Oh,
bumps
oh.
the 10.
I think that's what Danny was looking for.
I think so. Still some work to do. 15 ball, but 9 ball can get that 15 off the rail.
Well, and
In fact, I might do that right now.
Actually-
9 ball, bottom right, pop the 15 off.
I have a different plan. I think you take the 10 with top and you go in to push out that 14 ball. Because I think that if you play it with top, it naturally goes there.
It does. I think you've got the 11 to get onto the 14 as well. I wanted this one to me is bigger trouble than this one. Sorry, the 15 is bigger trouble than the 14 because I can always play shape underneath the 14. That has to get off the rail.
Oh, you can get that off the rail by just putting a 9 in the side and just clipping it off the 15. There's lots of ways of getting there.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to do it right now.
Well, let's see which one he picks, or if he decides to go his own way. There's always taking the 11 to the bottom left with top and potentially going to where you can just roll the 14 down the rail.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to skin this cat.
That's what I love about the game of 8 ball is there's so many different routes. And I used that one right this time. And we have someone from Lincoln City, Oregon.
James Brinson, how the heck are you? Been a minute. Happy New Year.
So he just decided to roll the 10 forward to give himself another shot. I think this is where he's going to push that 15 out.
Hopefully. These tend to rattle when you got a back cut and clip. These tend to rattle, however.
Well, he doesn't have to hit it that hard, really,
Nope.
and that's the key, because you don't really need to move it anywhere. You just
No,
need to
because
get
you got the 11 up there.
Yep. Oh, he decided to use it to go after the 14.
Yeah. Maybe he was trying to do both and just missed the clip.
That would have been the shot of the night if he had.
Ooh, ooh.
Oh, my.
That could spell trouble. Yeah, that could spell trouble.
And he knows it.
5 ball, 1 ball, and then either 4 or the 3, maybe the 2-3. Just depends, I guess, where you land.
Yeah, it's where you land relative to the 1 ball, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Is she going to play this 3 rails by going forward, or is she just going to stun it back? Looks like she's trying to go forward.
Yeah. Maybe 3 rails.
Yes, sir. Hits it nicely.
Yeah, hits it perfect.
For me, I kind of like hitting us with a bit of stun and then just going to the rail to take the 3 next.
Yeah. Split the window between the 13-2.
Yeah. Unless the 2 goes by the 3, in which case you take that first, right? Like there's...
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't think it does, though. I think that 3 stuck its nose in the way.
It's close. Those
It
horns,
is very
Those
close.
horns give you a little bit more. What I've learned from these tables, from playing at home and playing on these a bunch, is that those horns can help. Yeah, she's looking at the window there too, I think.
I don't think she wants to go forward into the 2.
No, I don't think she does.
Push it over towards the 14. That doesn't make sense.
She hit it right, just hit it hard.
Interesting. Plan B, plan B.
Ugh. You're not going to like what I'm going to suggest for plan B.
Yes.
I think all she has right now is to hit the 2 and try and graze the 3 and put it into the right top.
That I don't know that there's a ball width between the 2 and the 3.
Well, you're not trying to hit the 2 thin. You got to try and hit it almost full with top.
Yeah. Very, very, very difficult shot.
Unless you can bank the 3 backwards.
Yeah, that might be an option.
I think that might be your best option. Because I think the shot that I discussed is, let's just call it nuts.
Yeah, well, we'll say lower percentage. Rearrange the furniture. That's what she did.
Yes, sir.
Got it all off the bottom rail, which, isn't terrible.
But left the 12 and the 2 a little bit tied up.
Yeah.
I think Danny can get to it right now. If he
Oh, for sure.
takes the 11 with draw, he can probably draw back into them.
I
off
think
the rail.
I think you can just take the 12 off the rail and make the 14. Just take it right now.
I don't think you can make that. I don't know.
Oh, I think you can. I think there's lots of room there.
I think the 2's in the way.
We'll never know because this angle, it looks au naturel. Looking live.
Well, he's taking the...
Doesn't want that to drop.
No. However...
I think Land's got the 4 in the side. Certainly the corner, if not.
Yeah, but the corner doesn't really help her. Because now that the 15 is... or the... Yeah, it looks like the 15 is blocking the 3. You can't just really roll it forward. Oh, another person coming in from Victoria.
From balmy Victoria, BC.
I don't know what suburb of Victoria that is.
Britannia Legion.
Well, we're happy to have you regardless.
Indeed.
It's not balmy, but it's certainly nice here in Calgary. We're just above the freezing point. Speaking of freezing, that was a cold shot.
She might have got away with it. Danny might have the back cut on the 11 to the right side pocket.
I think he actually has the 13, and if he can dig in a little bit, he might be able to break the 12.
Oof. You think the 13 with the 8 there?
I think it's close. He's certainly looking at it. Certainly to hit it.
I think he's got the 11 ball either in the side or the corner, either which. Leave the 13 after you shoot the 11. Play shape for that breakout, like you said, with the 13 ball into the 12.
Mm-hmm. And our Britannia Legion has resolved to be Keith Yao.
Aha! And how is Keith Yowzer?
Well,
Happy New Year to you.
looks like the 11 is in play.
Oof, didn't miss that by much.
Didn't leave much either.
Yeah, and he had perfect angle on that 13 ball. Break out the 12. However, lands at the table. What do you come up with here?
I think you play safe by glancing off the 3, going off 2 rails and coming to the top. She might try and make this, but I don't think it helps her.
I don't think so either. Mr. Mike Burton in the house.
Yeah, having a bunch of people walking by as we are commenting here. We can see the table just to the other side of the one we're streaming from, where the team with Jeremiah is playing, looks to be, I think, Johnny Andrick's team.
Yep. Oh, I don't know if I like this.
Oh,
This
no,
sets
I
up Danny.
don't. That gives away the goat.
It sets up Danny for the 12 ball. Gets on his trouble ball onto the short side.
That's why I liked playing it off the 2 rails to the top. Because if you do that, then he may be tempted to take away his 13. Now he's got no problems.
Indeed. Well, and Happy New Year to you as well, my good man. The Year of the Snake coming up. What day is Chinese New Year start? 14th, 19th?
Yes, one of those 2.
Maybe it might be the 21st.
Yes, one of those 3.
Keith will know.
Of course. What year were you born under?
I was the Year of the Tiger. And in fact, I'm double Tiger. I was born the hour of the Tiger in the Year of the Tiger.
Well, and I've seen you shoot and you have the eye of the tiger, so that all works out.
Well, when I was young, when my eyes were good, I might have had the eye of the tiger.
Oh, no, you still do now, just an old tiger.
That's right. That's right. Old and washed up tiger.
There are a number of ways of saying the year I was born under. I will affectionately, in PG ways, say I was born under the year of the rooster.
Aha. Good call. Good call.
Yep.
PG.
My daughter was actually born in the year of the golden dragon, 2000.
Yeah. Oh, very nice.
Which tells people how old I am. Oh!
David Wilson
and it
says January 29th is the start of Chinese New Year.
Speaking of a new year, I think Danny wanted a new shot because he played that 13 a little casual.
I think so. He needs to have a mulligan.
I think it's going to be hopperoo time.
Yep. Although Danny's not big on the jump, he does like to kick the ball. I might say he'll probably go off top rail, kick it to the right side. If I had to be a betting man.
Yeah, you know, the way that jump cues are now and how people have become proficient with them.
He just said it. Who's got one of the short ones?
It's with the level of proficiency they're in now and how the quality of them.
Yeah.
even, amateur players can make really impressive jumps now.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's funny because the frog and the tadpole that I was talking about earlier, they were the cream of the crop back in the day, right? They were all new innovation and all these other things, and they were back in the day. They were the jump cue to have, and
But you got to jump with it.
yeah, chalk is free. And if you compare those to the technology today, it's night and day difference.
Absolutely. You look the fact that the major producers, your Q-Tech, your Predator, your Jacoby, all of the major guys that are in it have high quality, very well crafted jump cues from a production sense that are very predictable. They all work the same way. Like I managed to
Ultra consistent.
Absolutely. I was fortunate enough to be able to win a Predator air rush in a raffle, and it's cheating, right? Like the pros call it cheating. I will agree with them, right? Because it is so effortless to be able to do that, and I know the other ones are the same way.
Yeah, the Thumper back in the day when we were selling those, I still love it. I don't have mine anymore, but what a heck of a jumper and a heck of a breaker.
Oh yeah, and even the non-factory cues, right? You get the individuals. I'm thinking of for example, Nick at Nick's Q Innovation. He makes a heck of a jumper.
Oh, it's crazy good.
Yep.
I think cost for dollar value, probably one of the best values for what you get on the market, period.
Oh, for sure. Not even a question in my mind.
Yeah. A little bit out of line here from Lan.
Does it pass?
Yeah. No, I don't think it passes the 8.
I think it passes and it's close.
I don't think so. Not really sure what she's eyeballing at.
I think she's eyeballing if she takes the back cut where she's going with the bank.
How many Thumpers were produced? That is a darn good question. Not many. So they, comparatively to the availability of, for example, the BK Rush or any of the others, not many by comparison.
Now, I remember trying out one a while ago, and it was a very, very serviceable cue.
Yeah. I loved mine. I don't ever know nor understand what happened. Richard, who was the man in charge for the Thumper, just all of a sudden up and disappeared. Was just gone. Danny, with authority.
Authorita.
Staving off the hand panties getting onto the hill. Mitchell says Thumpers were great. They were and still are. Yeah, great breaker, good jumper. That I agree with. It was a very, very, I'll say it was a slightly better than good jumper, but I think it was a really, really good break cue. And for full table, full jump, or full break cue jump, top of the line.
But I think you're seeing people moving away from the 3-piece now, and I think they're moving back into having the 2 separate cues.
Yeah.
There was a period in there where everyone was producing them, and you were seeing them all over the place, and I think
It's what I started with.
Yeah, and I think those days are. I don't want to say they're gone. I'd like to say they're probably reduced.
Yeah.
There's a few people that I still think do it. I think the Stinger still has it. I think the Purex still has a
4-piece jump break.
Yeah. The Stinger from McDermott.
Falcon still does it.
Yeah. The Purex does a 4-piece, and that was kind of wacky.
That's the cue I started with, was the Falcon 3-piece jump break cue blue. And I loved that cue.
And
the
another
whippiness of that cue was unbelievable.
Well, I think a whip was needed here because Jeff has come up dry again, I think for the second time in a row on
Yep.
his break.
Yep.
Yeah, in terms of breaking, there's a ton of them right now. Obviously, all of the BK rushes. The thumper was huge for its time.
Well, I think back in the day when the rush came out and the thumper was out, at that particular point in time, they were, in my opinion, two of the best on the market.
Yeah.
Right now, you've got all kinds of break cues out there.
Mm-hmm.
Even with the BK rush, there's been a few improvements.
Absolutely. I picked up the 30th anniversary one, the white one, and took off the factory tip and put one of the Black Storms from Horo, and that thing hits like a beast.
A sledgehammer.
Oh, and you don't have to give it very much. I haven't put any weight on it, and you just give it a good swing, and everything just fires out of there.
Mm-hmm.
A whole ton of different choices, right? Like everyone has their perfect cue that they like. And
well, and like Mitch says, he's got a Nick's cue innovation one, which I know for a fact jumps or breaks exceptionally well.
All of his shafts and cues, all of my playing shafts are all Nick.
Yeah.
Right. Like he is an exceptional craftsman.
He is. Yeah, Mitch, I won my thumper with you guys. Back in the days, that was in our heydays, pre-COVID days.
All right.
Interesting.
Bit of a miss. Left it a bit open here. It's not a lot.
No, I think the only shot for Jeff is the 15.
Yeah, the cutback. No, I think he can play the cutback on the 9.
Oh,
Maybe.
yes, he can. Yeah.
And that might be the right open, but he's still got the 14 and the 12 on the table that are going to be.
Yeah, I think you're 100%. The cutback, definitely the right shot. I didn't think he had it.
Can he get to that 14? I think he did.
14, 10 ball. In fact, I might draw, if I can, off the 12 to try to pop the 14 off. Pop the 12 off.
So hit the 14 with draw and try and just kind of nudge it?
Yeah.
It depends on the angle. I think it's pretty tight.
He's got a lot.
He's got to throw it.
Yeah. Load it up right hand. Or do this.
Yep. I don't mind this either, because then he can just hit it forward and just take the 12 up the rail.
I still want to move the 14. The 12. The 12.
Yeah.
Take the 14, move the 12.
I don't mind playing it across the pocket like that.
Oh, I hate it. Inevitably, I will catch that horn 99.9%.
Oh, and he tried
again. He tried it.
Yep. The thing is, I saw a really good video online. It was someone who was talking about a trick that he learned from Shane Van Boning about how to hit those shots. Relatively straightforward. Definitely, I would recommend you look it up. And when I tried it, it was like all of a sudden I'm just draining them all the time. Just draining them up the sides both ways. I had a rack already here today where I had 2 of them that were at like second or third diamond, and I had to go long on both of them, and I just drilled them both in. Now, notwithstanding the one that I missed on the stream. All right. I think he's given himself a little too much angle here. I think he has to try the draw, but we'll see. Yeah.
Oh, he's got to get dead nut on this.
He needs an angle.
Well, he's got an angle. It's not huge, but it is an angle.
He needs to be able to draw it back to that left side. And I think the point might be in the way. I think it's close.
Yeah, Keith, you were definitely always in on our draws. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Which, believe me, that went a long ways to help support Q Sports Live. The twofer, and with the proximity of the 3, makes this just a touch easier. Straight follow through, push the 6 in. Huh?
He's calling a 2-railer, I think. Or
I think the double.
off the rail, kick the 8.
I think the double hit comes into play before the 2-railer would.
No, he's
happen.
playing. He's going off the rail to kick the 8.
It looks like he's just playing the straight bank. Trying to. Interesting. Interesting. I thought for sure he's just going to push the 8 through the 6. Right? To me, that's a better future. Because even if you don't make the 8, you take over the pocket.
Yeah, if you burn the 3, and I think that might be what he's doing now. No, he's going for it.
In off. Oh,
So close.
he didn't miss it by much.
But
Royce, speaking of another one that was always in those raffles early on for sure. God, those were the good old days until we got hauled in by the police.
now all you can do is raffle off Grant's commentary time, and we don't get much money for that.
Yes, you got some pocket lint.
As motivational speakers go, he is a tremendous one. However,
Yes, the value is not quite worth it.
trust me, for my commentary and a nickel of free advice, you'd have a nickel.
Right? I don't change. Oh, doesn't want this on the end. Rail straight in. You want to talk a stroke test.
I think that's just a bit of inexperience there.
Yeah. I would agree.
You got to roll it slow, which just leaves the 8 hard.
Or just drain it. Come back, 8 into the side. Maybe a bank.
He hit it good.
He sure did. He hit it so pure. Straight into the right-hand side pocket to close the gap.
He's giving it an extra bit of time, bit of respect.
Yeah. Give it the respect it's due. Nope. Oh, I
All
thought it
good.
was going to hoard out.
No, he hit that good.
Wow. Looking on here, it looked like it was going to catch that horn and horn out, but he hit it good.
All right, 7-5. So now we go off of where each team is breaking. We go into the alternating breaks.
And game on. Match on. Closing the gap.
4-2.
Indubitably.
I'm going to go get a beverage. I'll just be back in 1 moment.
Sounds good. No, I'm good. Yeah, I'll take another. Please.
Another what?
Coca-Cola.
Okay.
Thank you. Looks like Spencer Ogball is down from Edmonton, Alberta. What's the score on table 3? That's a darn good question. I don't know if there's live scoring in that digital pool app. I actually don't have the app up. All my devices are in use. Gracias, sir.
All right, we have reloaded.
And you haven't missed a thing.
Oh, trust me, I missed lots of things.
Not in this game, you haven't. It shows 3-0, but that's over an hour old. Yeah, I'm not sure what the score is there on table number 3.
Let me see if
We're
I can see.
kind of stuck in the fishbowl.
The final score was, it looks like 6-3 right now for the Sauce Monkeys over Trifecta.
The raw dogging sauce monkeys.
Love that team. I played with them at Westerns one year. We did quite well with it. Had a great old time. Good group of guys.
Indeed. What? What? How does the 3 not go?
Oh, he was playing for a bit of the slop off the horn, and it just didn't give. And this is where that's where you use that ball now. I like going off the one at the top here and going into the 3 and just sticking it there.
Yep. I would agree. Could do it that way too.
That's the one I was looking at.
Yeah, play off the 13.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like it because you can hit it fairly softly, and even if you catch the rail high, because you're coming it off that direction, you're going to stay stuck behind that ball. You're
Yeah,
not
behind
moving it at
the
all.
12.
Yeah, you're not moving the 12. If you do it
No.
off the 12, then which that's the way she's going.
Feather light touch here. A little heavy.
Yep. That's why I like the 13.
Yeah. No, I
It's
agree.
it's a longer shot, but I think it's a better result potentially.
It just updated, which just goes to show you they're keeping track on paper, and then every so often they'll update the app.
Mm-hmm. Digital pool's getting better, and if they had a better scorekeeping app aside from just the matches themselves, I think that they'd really improve their product. Compared to something like CompuSport right now, where you can put all of the game scores in and then get auto updates.
Okay, so Patrick, I have a question. He says he's 1,679 miles south, and it's only 39 degrees Fahrenheit here. A low tomorrow morning of 28.
Oh my goodness, -2?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Boo hoo hoo. I'm just joshing you.
Global warming in action again.
I know, right? Here we go. 1,679. Where is that again, Patrick?
Somewhere in the ocean, I think.
Yeah, it's a ways south, that's for sure. California? No, California's under tons of wildfires at this point.
Louisiana?
Excuse me?
Going straight south?
Maybe? I'm not sure. I can't remember. I know Patrick's told me 1,000 times.
It might be Texas, and I get that simply by the fact that he's using y'all.
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
I'm actually I actually am bilingual.
Was it Kentucky? Was it Kentucky that's going through the freeze right now?
Yeah. But I'm bilingual. I actually speak American and Canadian both because I say all y'all.
Florida or Texas, David says. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's Texas if my memory is correct. There you go. Yes. New Braunfels, Texas.
Yeah, with work.
And I knew that, Patrick. Mm-hmm. My brain just needed to think about it for a minute or two.
With work, I used to get down to Houston a lot down in Texas, and honestly, you know, I am Canadian, but Houston and Calgary, in a lot of ways, they're sister cities, and a lot of places in Texas are, I think.
Yeah, Americanadian.
Yep. Now it comes to the population, just because of the attitudes, the way people are, just really, really down to earth people.
Yeah.
Yep, that was the hint that got me there.
Oh, nice shot there from Lan.
Oh, gets
Very
the 8.
well done, but then ties up to 14.
Ever have one of those days?
Yeah, right. It is definitely one of those. That's what turning 50 does. It's so true.
Oh, Tammy, I just turned.
But at least the part that I get to look forward to is at some point I'm not going to care because I won't remember that I forgot anyway.
Mm-hmm. It's funny. I just turned 55 a couple of months ago, and my wife has now nicknamed me Coupon for all of the seniors discounts I can get.
Silas, when last year did you buy those?
Oh, is that a horn hook?
I
I don't think the 4 is available.
4 is not, but 7 is there.
Yeah, and maybe
7
the
can
1.
break up the 1.
Maybe the 1 goes.
Oh, I don't know about that. Maybe. I don't think
I
so.
I don't think so. I think it's 7 or bust.
7 and try to break up that 1 ball. Well, he got half the equation, but look at this. Look at the leave.
Oh,
Gets
I think the 11.
away
No,
with it.
I think the 11's in play.
Maybe.
If the 11's in play, that could have just sold
she's
the
eyeing
farm.
it. She's definitely eyeballing it. Are you in the oil business? Chris is banking.
Yeah, I work with energy and commodity traders, and so gas, power, oil. When I was getting down to Houston, I was working with JP Morgan up here in Calgary. We had the Canadian trading arm here.
Yeah, if it's been a while, I might have an issue, but just send me a PM. Give me the details. Just give me your order number.
And hits it nicely.
Indeed. In on the 9 ball. May have to play to shape the 15 past the 1.
I think it goes.
I do too.
And it also goes by the 4, so you can probably go either way on that.
Well,
Just
I
kind
think
of slide it over.
I think to shape the 14, I'd rather take the 15 to the bottom left. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
She decided to take it neither way.
She decided the 50-50. She
That's-
decided whatever choice.
50-50 is
She's
only
committed
for
halfway.
raffles.
Yeah. She's committed halfway.
Yeah, they wanted to sell me the 50-50 ticket, and I said, which do you win, the 50 or the 50?
Yeah. Don't have Facebook. What's your email? Grant at jamupapparel.com.
For all your sporting good needs. Oh, gave it a good one there.
She did. Seemed to have let off the gas a little bit. It's opening the door for Fulton Express to come marching on back. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, this has made it interesting.
Around the world and behind the 14, or does he get there?
Oof. Oof.
Or is the pocket in play?
I think
it's a pretty thin cut.
I think that's the bottom right-hand corner is definitely in play here.
I think he just comes short of it.
Or the side.
But, oh no.
Avoids the corner, finds the side. Out of the frying pan, into the fire.
I think that could be the song that you make up about my pool game.
Right?
I missed that one pocket.
Listen, when Destiny says you are not meant to win the game, this is the kind of stuff that happens.
I think there's a country song about pool like that.
That's right.
I missed the corner, so I must have found the side.
Well, and if you play it backwards, you make everything. You win it all.
Oh, no, I think if you play it backwards, it's AC/DC.
Ah, I gotcha. You only said that because it's playing right now.
It's got me thunderstruck.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Everyone likes that back cut.
Everybody likes back cut into the blind corner. And I like putting a stroke on this. I like checking the rail and going back. But I also like making the first part of the equation priority.
Mm-hmm. You can put a stroke on that without hitting it as strong as that.
Yes.
I think that's the challenge there.
Yes.
All right, 7-6.
Marching on back.
We got a ball game.
Only down one from a 6-2. Didn't I say we saw this already?
Mm-hmm.
We've seen this story already today.
Yeah, David, she nicknamed me Coupon because now there's a whole bunch of places where you can get seniors discounts. 55 and older.
I don't qualify yet.
Nope.
I thought if there's one good thing about turning 50, that would be it. But I even get denied that.
No, apparently it's, she told me, okay, the first Tuesday of this month, we're going to Rona because I need to get a whole bunch of chips for the smoker, and you get a discount. Okay.
Dang.
You got a few more years. Either that or you can ask me to.
It's like rubbing salt into the wound. Welcome to the 50 club, but you get no benefits.
Sure you do.
No, you don't.
You get
loss of memory.
You get shingles. You get gout.
Yeah, body aches and pains.
You can hurt yourself sleeping.
Right? It's an all-inclusive package, but you get no benefit.
Of course.
Can I revoke my membership?
Sorry, no deposit.
Can I start having unbirthdays and just give it back?
No deposit, no return. All right, Jeff looking at trying to get to the hill here.
Yeah.
And switching the break to a head ball break from the second ball.
Yeah. Well, and I think rightfully so. He's come up dry a couple of times, so.
Pool's a game of adjustments.
That's it. Unfortunately, he did make a ball.
Oh.
But it's the cue ball.
Not the one he was looking for.
Gets kicked in. Danny's going to come to the table with a chance to tie the ball game.
And with a set of stripes that look just
they
beautiful.
Look pretty juicy.
On a scale of 0 to 1, I'll take them one time.
Yes. you get a senior's discount at Denny's.
Yes, you do at 55.
50s. You see?
55.
Chris, that's it. I'm tired of hearing from you. You're taking away all privileges that come with the 50-plus club.
Yeah, however, when you're 55, what I can do is stand here and look at you and go, hey, watch, one of my arteries is just hardening.
This is not good. Now I really don't like 50. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for sitting in with me.
No problem.
Isn't it your bedtime about now?
Yeah, you know. If I wasn't a pool player, absolutely.
Yeah, right. Are you kidding me? My bedtime was an hour ago.
I'm reasonably certain that pool players are allergic to sleep.
Yeah. I was at one point. Now, I told Steph in the new year after my birthday, my bedtime's 9:30.
I still get,
But that's because I want to get up at 5.
weeknights, I still get 5.5 hours of sleep every night, whether I need it or not.
Yeah.
All right, Danny's looking. He got a little bit funny here, I think.
Yeah, he's kind of in between here.
I kind of liked him just rolling it a little bit for the 9 and going 9, 12, 11, 14. But now he's a little bit thick on the 11 because he's going to go away from it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he's looking at, is where he's at. He may have to hit it a little over and go to the 12 from the 11.
Yeah, kind of go down table off the rail.
No,
Nope.
he's got enough room.
That was a nice hold.
Mm-hmm.
A very nice hold.
And now he should be able to draw it back enough to the center of the table in order to get to the 12.
Yeah, I agree. 12, 9, 8.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like pool is for old people.
I think young at heart, we'll say.
Yes.
Or, as my wife would call it, immature.
Which I will always be. I will never act my age.
What are Boosty and Pagalayan doing tomorrow? I think they're doing some challenge matches.
I believe that is the case. And we'll try to bring you some of that action tomorrow. We'll maybe try to mix it up a little bit.
I'm going to see if I can nail down Mr. Pagalayan for at least one game of one pocket. Getting a chance to play the guy who's considered one of the best in the world, if not the best.
Of course.
You can't pay for that kind of experience, but I will.
Uh-huh. You can't buy it, but you might be able to purchase it.
I'll try and rent it.
Yes. What an out here from Danny.
Yeah, played it well.
To tie the ball game. Would you have guessed this at 6-2?
The way that the momentum was rolling, I thought it was all over but the crying.
I did too. 5 unanswered games.
No, they had one in there because it was 6-2.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
5-1 though, a 5-1 run.
Oh, yeah.
And
So
now,
does that put them favored to win?
I would say from the momentum shift, I absolutely do think so.
I would agree.
It's a best of 3 now. So the question then comes down to who's playing. And
Also very key.
with 3 games left, I give the advantage to the visitor. And the reason is because you adjust your players. You don't do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you can have one person play that final game and the other one. We had it set up that way where in the last 6 games, one of our players had the last 6 racks and was breaking in all 3.
Yep. Yeah.
So
Smart.
I think that puts the advantage that way.
I agree. But I also I also think it depends on who that person is playing.
Well, they'll get a chance to play each of the other 3 players.
Yes.
So,
Oh, I suppose.
yeah. So that's why I think honestly,
would make sense.
I think honestly in this format, in the 3-man format, I think you take visitors rather than home.
Oh,
I don't think it gives
100%.
I think it
There's
gives
no
you more
advantage. Yeah.
But everyone, we've lost the flip and they've taken home.
Really?
Yep. And we've won every match.
Interesting.
It's a little different for us because we had to give a game in hand, so that pulls one game back.
Yeah.
Definitely some strategy in there.
Makes a ball. That one makes 2, maybe 3.
Looks like 3. But and if you've seen me before,
wow.
it's a big butt.
Right. Well, that is applicable in multiple ways,
Pool player spread.
right?
So,
Isn't that the way that it happens? You make 2 off the snap and are just jailed.
My favorite in Vegas watching VNEA, I watched a guy from Finland while I was playing singles. He was on a table beside me. He got 8 balls off the break.
And probably stuck.
And I cried because it took them 4 innings to get out. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Were the rest in jail or what?
Nope.
What was going on?
Just some aggressive and very difficult shooting. We've got Miss Stephanie Toy here attempting to try and make us look good.
Good luck.
Yeah, well.
Maybe if the stars and the moon and the universe is aligned properly, that might be a potential possibility. But even then, it's still just a potential possibility.
At my age, I don't think she could do it with prayer.
Yeah, not even with wish granted.
A lot of people have said I have a face for radio, so this fits.
Very, very suiting.
All right, is he looking for the combo, or
No,
is he just going to try and duck and cover?
He just called the duck and cover. I don't know how you even duck and cover here.
If you hit the 14,
I think you got to bank the 14.
You hit the 14 and stick it behind the 9, maybe? I don't know.
Where's the 14 banking to?
Yeah.
Right? Like, you can only get into it so much. This is going to go back and forth. I think you try to bank the 14 and make it.
I think you have to.
Right? There's no real quality safety here.
Yeah, I think you have to put a bunch of right spin on it and see if you can twist it in.
That's it.
Just trying to muck things up a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, but I think the 12 either passes the 4 or goes in off the 4 into the side pocket.
Right, I think he's just trying to muck up those balls on the end there.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice little touch draw. She'll end on the 14. I don't think you can get to the 9.
Oh, a little much.
A lot much.
Now, can she tap the 12 and just sit there?
The 9?
Or then, can she tap the 9 and just sit there?
Touchy shot.
Apparently, you lose the ability to see color at 55.
It dissipates.
It all kind of looks blue.
It looks every other shade than what it is.
I think she's going to try and get aggressive here. Probably try and go off the rail and put the 14 in the corner, top
I think
left.
she just called safe. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice little touch. And I think that's the right shot.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know that he can actually see the 3. I think the 5's sticking in the way.
He might be able to see the left side of it, and if he can, then he comes back with another safe.
That is true. He's got to be careful, though. Nope. I don't think that quite got there. I think she can see the 14 for sure. Not to make, but definitely see the hit.
Oh, I think she can make it. I think it actually cuts, but you're kind of letting the cue ball out.
Which all in all is not bad. I mean, she'll shape the 10.
Depending on how strong she hits it, she could go 1, 2, 3 rails and end up right back where she started.
She definitely can. Yeah. That is exactly the cue. Is that the 3-piece? No.
That's the Falcon.
Oh, it is. No,
That's a Falcon.
it is. Falcon blue. Oh, it is the 3-piece. That's my exact cue.
Just
Or
had
was my exact cue.
Just had Scott Markin, one of my other pool playing teammates from Calgary, just sent a picture of the Falcon blue 3-piece up to us.
I used that cue for so long. One of my favorites. But I think my all-time favorite cue that I have ever had was my Mickelson.
Mm-hmm. I still use mine. That is my regular cue.
I do not have it any longer.
Oh,
Yeah. I played the best pool of my life with that cue.
I got mine about 8 or 9 years ago, buying it secondhand, and then got Nick to put carbon on it. And I basically told people, you can get this when you pry it from my cold dead hands. Another truly phenomenal Albertan cue maker. Putting a little of the go juice on it.
Oh, not terrible. Not terrible.
I think that if she hits it,
Ooh, she's going to
that's
have to bank
close.
the 9.
It's close.
Yeah, she's just going to have to bank it.
She's looking at it. I don't know.
Looking live, I don't think there's any way you can hit that 9 and make it without hitting that 2 first.
I think if you actually go take the 14 and draw it back like an inch, I think you can.
Uh-oh.
If you don't make the ball, it doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, why would you do that? You just play safe.
Yeah. But got away with it in a big way.
Might have the 7. Maybe.
Probably needs to clip the 2 and come up table.
That's a good shot. If he can. If he can see the edge of the 2, that's the shot. For
Absolutely.
Sure.
Behind the 6.
Yeah. He's giving it the one-eyed wink. I think if he could have hit the 2, he would have. Because he did look at it.
I don't think the 7's view. I don't think he can hit the 7. Yeah, he's looking at some wacky stuff.
I think he can hit the 7.
I think he can hit the 2. I think he's got an edge.
I don't know. He looked at it. He winked at it.
The problem with that is a lot of players, when they're still learning, right, they look at it through the center of the ball, not thinking about hitting it with the side.
Oh, he's done both now. Big trouble.
Well, he might have got away with it.
Big trouble.
Because I think she has to, if she's looking at
9
getting
ball
out.
side pocket.
Yeah. And the 2's not in play.
No. It's a draw.
You play that with bottom right or something like that to hold it?
I'm going off the rail and out.
Yeah, but
Off
you
the
hit it
top
with.
rail. Oh, definitely.
You hit it with bottom right.
Definitely.
Yeah. Jeremiah Hampton showing a little bit of pep.
Hampton showing his passion. We know you can't hear it, but he's still ranting. He's still going.
There's a reason why I call him Jay Jonah.
Right?
Calgary certainly has a host to a bunch of lovely young characters.
Oh, it's so
He's
true.
one of them. All right, back to the game. It looks like she is going for that side pocket.
Oh, she has to.
And I think she's playing it straight. I think she plans on going 2 rails.
Nope. With the draw, however. Well, now. Does the 2 play off the rail off 14? I don't mind even the attempt of that given where the 9's at. What he's looking at. Decides probably not, but I don't even mind doing it, even if I don't make it. It'll send the 14 up table a little bit, keep the cue ball down there. No shot on nothing.
Sometimes I always like playing the make a ball and call safe anyway, like the 6 here. Like just
Yeah,
move
but
it
why
to the
take a
rail
soldier off the table?
to get a better position. And I think that's kind of what he did inadvertently by not making it. And also keeps the bank away from the 14.
Yeah, but she's never going to hit the 14.
Well, if that was open, she might take a run at banking the 14, but she can't now.
I don't think she would even if it was open.
Probably not.
Right? Tony's smart. She's a
Yeah.
smart player.
Well, she's going off the rail and trying to swerve it back to pot the 9.
Well, and if she can pull it off and get the cue ball out without getting in the way of the 8 ball.
Tough when you're against the rail, but... Oh, she overhit it. Wow. What a shot.
Yeah, she's never going to take that 2 ball out.
But now...
That's why when he had that option, play it right then and there.
Here's what I like right now. You soft roll the 6 just to leave it there or just a little bit past. Now you take the 5 with top and a whole whack of right. It hits up top and it goes all the way down to about the 2nd diamond on the bottom rail there, and I think you can get to the 2.
Certainly. See, he's looking at the 2 in off again. And if you were going to give that a second look ever, you play it first. Right?
But
it opens it up.
Sure.
It would have pushed the 14 up table. She didn't have a shot on the 9 ball.
But now
You
if
put
can-
yourself into a position to win with one single shot.
But now if you look to get to the clean side, then you have to keep your eye out for that, right? If there's a shot to get to the clean side.
Oh, I agree. Right? Hindsight being 2020. This is one of those shots that instead of playing the 2 in off last, play it first.
Yep. Now there's 2 ways of playing this. You either play it with heavy top and you put a right on it, or you can actually play it with low. Well, this is one where he's going to try and put it in, and he's going to try and go off and onto the 2. He's got to go past the side pocket.
Yeah.
Makeable, but tough.
Oh, he's just playing straight for the in off.
Yep. Well, he's got all the other boys off the table, so
Yeah. Well, there's no choice now.
yeah, now it's a win or die cut.
Well,
I think he left the cut.
oh, most certainly. Cut on the 14. Tony will thin that in. Only thing that can go wrong for Tony is if she stays underneath, goes back and forth, and ends up behind the 8 ball.
Which is why I always play this fully 2 rails to make sure it comes back to that same rail that she's playing off.
Yeah. Oh, no.
But not too hard, not too
Oh,
hard.
no.
Oh.
Wow. Are we going to see Fulton Express get to the hill first?
We are, I think.
If I had to be a bet man, I would bet on that.
Barring incident or accident.
Yeah, by gosh or by golly. Wow, what a comeback here from Fulton Express,
The train is rolling.
right? The train is rolling and running. Oof. He gave the horn a little bit of a rub on the way through.
Trying to keep the fans involved.
That's right.
To the hill first.
Well, we may as well go hill.
Sure, why not?
I think that is deserving.
And I think it's going to be Jeff Wanless breaking again.
Yeah. Wow, from 6-2 to now 8-7. Wow.
Like I said, you can't take any of this for granted.
Nope.
There's so many strong teams because of the Fargo cap. It makes it very competitive. Like
Correct.
there's so many matches I've seen that have been either 9-8 or 9-7 or the like.
Yeah. I would tend to agree. Well, we'll see if Jeff Sticks goes back to the second ball. Does he go head ball? Got kicked in the last time.
Looks like the second ball it is. Go crazy. Do fourth ball.
Right. May as well do third ball.
Do a one pocket
Oh,
break.
he made a ball. He made a ball into the...
Oh, it's the 8 ball. He wins.
Yeah, right? Game over.
Remember the old bar rule? You make the 8 ball clean and you win?
That's it. Yeah, 8 ball only. Has to go clean.
However, there is nothing clean about this because I think the solids are kind of difficult.
Yeah, well, so was high ball.
Because the 2 and 12.
Yep. Take care of the 2 right now. Put
Play
the
the
4
4.
in, draw into the 2.
Does he have the angle to go
I think so.
off the rail and into it?
I think so.
He does.
Just like that. Everything's open. 3 ball, he's there.
3
5 ball. Could take the 5 if he wanted to.
I think he should take the 5 and go between the 8 and the 2.
I think you can just draw right off the 5, take 2 in the same pocket.
Maybe. Or stun it across. That
Yeah.
works.
6 of 1.
And he only has the 2 upstream, or the 6 upstream, I mean.
Mm-hmm. Kind of was a little cavalier there.
Almost want to take the 3 if you can see it.
Yeah. I definitely agree now. I was a little cavalier with, starting to realize I needed to go down a little bit more. But I think the 3 is on.
A little bit awkward queuing.
2 goes off the 11 into the side.
Yeah, I think you might have to take the 2. And if he does, what he probably wants to do is go off 1 rail and potentially 2 and push the 3 a little bit.
I don't mind what he looked at there. I think he's taking the 3 ball, setting the cue ball just up to the side pocket. 2
Maybe.
passes the 8.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't like it. 2 into the side, shove the 8 out of the way. You may as well put it on the end rail.
Yeah, I know he's looking at taking it the 2 rails and pushing the 3 like I was saying.
Yeah, I don't like that. You can end on the bad side.
You can. And
Nope.
that's why he's taking the 3.
Yeah. Lights it. Feather lights it.
He's got to think about that 6 ball at some point.
Yep. 7 ball, maybe the 6, but I think you're going 7-2.
I don't think now's the time to take it, but
No, I agree. 7 ball, 2 ball. Yeah, just based on weight, I would say it's 2 ball next.
He hit that good too. He can hit that with stun.
Yeah, it might be
Maybe a bit of draw. He's a little thin.
a lot of draw. I'm looking to play it into the 12 ball with the cue ball. Right, and full.
Yep. Yeah, hit it flush.
I don't want to catch top side and go scratching into the side pocket.
Oh, now you've gone and done it.
I know, right? I had to say it.
Well, you could always play the 6 and go off 2 rails and come up by between the 11 and the 12 for the 2.
Oof.
If you want to see a highlight reel shot, find that window.
Yeah, you don't want to push forward here, Jeff.
Here comes the highlight reel. He's looking at that 6.
Oh, way over hit.
But
Nope.
bank it is.
I don't think the bank is on.
You can probably twist it.
Even with the twist. I don't think it's happening. Maybe a double. The double might be on.
I think if you hit it with heavy right spin and hit what you can see on the rail, you might have a chance. Oh, he's looking at going backwards. He's looking at banking it back into the side.
Huh?
He's banking the 2-ball back off the rail into the left side.
It doesn't go past the 13.
Well, he thinks it does. That is the call. Oh, no. He tried to get it in and leave it safe. But he is not there.
I wonder if that actually went. And all he was looking at was, if I hit into here, do I get onto the 8?
Maybe.
And he just mishit it. I don't know.
If it did, he played that 2-ball a little cavalier.
A lot. But, I
for
mean,
that.
that's Jeff, right? We see it as
fair enough,
cavalier.
fair enough.
He just up and fires.
Yeah, well, now Darcy has a chance to close out the shop. I didn't want to take that there, but
No.
because I wanted to use that to get to the 14 and 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you want to clear 14 and 10 as soon as possible, given the 2 is in the way.
Well, and that's why I thought he would take the 13, take the 12 into the top right, and then use the 10 off the 11.
Well, I mean, he's got no choice, right? You got to take the 14.
Yep.
Right.
Agreed. Oh, but no. I want it way lighter.
Oh, yeah.
Because that 10's now just nothing but trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it looks like he's playing for the clear out. But
What?
is he going to try and hit the 11 and drift by the 10 and then
Oh,
take
take
the 10
the
back?
9 right now and get down to the 10.
He's going to try and drift by it. Yep. That's probably why you should have taken the 9 right away.
Yeah, watch the horn here. Got to watch out.
No.
I thought he might catch the second one
Oh,
going through, and you
But
know how it
he
catches that and
is-
then sends it across?
dead straight.
Yeah.
Might be a little bit off the rail, but he's got to make something happen here.
Well, how well did he stroke it?
Oh, just
Oh,
to miss the
well.
pocket.
How well does he hit it?
And this for the match.
Oh,
Oh! Oh, my word.
missed it so bad it was good. Wow, what a comeback from Fulton Express.
From 6-2
Missed
down.
it so bad it ended up being good.
From 6-2 down, a 9-7 victory.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Well, good fighting spirit on both sides.
Oh, of course. And it's for a great cause,
You betcha.
right? We're not playing for a trip to Vegas. With that being said, this was the final stream of the evening. We appreciate you tuning in. We're shutting down, going home. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Might not be with me, but we'll be back 10 o'clock.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me.
Indeed. Appreciate you stepping in. On behalf of myself, Chris, and the rest of the Q Sports Live team, we appreciate you tuning in. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you go onto our Facebook page or the YouTube. Give it a like and a follow. Appreciate you tuning in, everybody. We will see you back here tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a great night.
Good night.